probably constantly tourists.
I would say,
if
like,
not more than that.
We are probably already there, but like we're probably also a couple more years from a little more of the touristy spots around the world. Almost all of them knowing English.
Yes.
Yeah. Like we do the ugly American thing. Learn English. It's like literally everybody around the world.
They adapt to us.
They know.
Learning
they
English.
go the other way
at touristy
and
spots.
the cruise ship was very international. There was mostly the biggest contingent was from Great Britain. So there were a lot of Brits, some Germans, some
Drop
French.
any allows.
Oh yeah, we were talking. That was the fun part because it's so small. I mean, there was 200 guests on there, so you're
seeing the same people.
You're seeing the same people,
Yeah.
and there was our crew with the travel agency. So the husband and wife that owned the travel agency owned the Arrivederci restaurant down there off McLaughlin.
Oh.
And so the friend of Megan's, who started all this, it was his 60th birthday, he said, I'm going to do this. You should come. So they have open mic piano bar thing on Tuesday nights.
It's a great bar, yeah.
And so Barbara Ayers, who sang with Tony Starlight in the Supper Club, she was there, and some other people. So there was a contingent from kind of the Portland area of people. So that was kind of our group. So we got to know them, and then you would go on these excursions, and so you'd talk to some British, Sheila from where was she? Up by Manchester. 68.
We got a Silvano and a Sheila on this trip for the Swigards.
Uh-oh.
What's going on?
Oh
here?
no. Sheila's 68.
So what? You're 55.
Yeah.
Single, just traveling the world on her own.
Checking stuff out.
Oh God,
perfect
she
for
was
you.
hilarious. She's just she was just hilarious. So a lot of characters on. We went in this one restaurant in Rome. And there was, any number of people, busboys and servers and cooks. And there was this one woman who looked to be in her mid-40s. And she was nice, but she was going 90 miles an hour, and she was just running the show. She'd swing open the door back to the kitchen and just start yelling at him in Italian to do this, that, and the other thing. And we were both fascinated and scared of her at the same time. But we had ducked in because it was a hot day. We're like, okay, we got to go somewhere that's got air conditioning.
Let's go cool off a little bit over
And
here.
we were just fascinated just watching her. Had gelato too many times to discuss. There was a gelato stand every 300 yards.
I'm more afraid how many little pizzas I would eat if I went over there. More than gelato.
We had a couple. We didn't do a ton of pizza.
It's such a good snack. The way that they make it over there. It's not
pizza
as heavy
and
as
pasta
America.
would just. I'd gain 35 pounds if I went over there. It wouldn't stop. You just
and
keep
there were
eating.
a whole bunch of different styles of pizza. There was the Napoli, that you see kind of in the wood-fired oven, a very simple mozzarella.
Yep.
The crushed tomatoes and some basil.
That's all I would want to eat.
Yeah.
That's all. I'd be good with that.
Pasta. We did go back to the same spot. There's a district, Trastevere, which is across the Tiber River from where we were staying. There was kind of some more bohemian markets and restaurants and stuff. And it was old school. It was very simple. They actually had house-made wine, so you'd get this ceramic jug, a 1-liter jug of house-made wine for like 12 euros. It was awesome.
That's a good deal.
So you're doing that. Best carbonara I've ever had. It was so simple. It was just, egg and cheese and bacon and black pepper on these. It was amazing.
That sounds like a good time.
So
was the boat a-rocking?
The sea swells got going late in the trip.
I've never referred to my sex life as a sea swell.
No, I haven't either.
But I
do know the motion of the ocean.
That.
People tell me the motion of the ocean matters, so I'm glad that we were swelling back and forth a little bit. We had some good rotating going on.
It's good to have you back, man.
It's good to be back. TV situation was nowhere to be found.
That's good. That's how it should be on vacation.
So,
you don't need to watch a Dodger game when you're in Italy. You'll be all right.
I didn't.
We saw you on a YouTube chat one of the days, and it kind of made us mad.
Like, what are you doing on a YouTube chat? You're in Italy right now.
I feel bad. We didn't respond to a lot of your texts, but we were trying to tell you without telling you, dude, stop texting us. Go vacation.
I didn't think I texted you that much. I mean, obviously I had the ESPN app, so I saw, the Blazers finally hired a coach, and we got Ja and whatever. No, the one time I watched, I was actually just on the train. So we were on a train going from Rome. Okay. So I was just
real quick.
It just worked out.
Because we need to get going and dive into the World Cup and everything.
Yes.
Did you find the transportation, the trains, the walking, I've been told the infrastructure, the way it's designed for people, is infinitely better than us being forced to be in cars for an hour at a time.
Yes. Once we figured out the train station, the big train station in Rome, similar like Grand Central State, that took us a minute to
sure,
what the hell's going on?
Right.
But once we figured it out, it was a great way to travel.
Yeah.
And you go from city to city.
It's so easy there too because you forget how close some of those places are.
And it dumps you right into downtown.
Yeah.
And so you're
centrally built. You get out of the train station. You just go walk around. You're right there in the heart of the city.
And everybody, you can see people are there. They got their suitcases. You can walk to your hotel. And yeah. So
we're stuck in cars all day.
All day.
Well, Swag is back. He's back from his European excursion. We got a loaded show today. There is a lot to discuss. We got some breaking NBA news that just came across the wire. And we'll start with the World Cup. USA down and out, beat down by Belgium yesterday. Start there, Dirt and Sprague. 105.1, The Fan.
A Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on The Fan, the World Cup party in the United States sent the host packing Monday evening in Seattle. Belgium advancing to the quarterfinals with a 4-1 rout of Team USA that saw the Americans play their worst game of the tournament. Belgium will face Spain, who got a goal in stoppage time to beat rival Portugal that ended Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup career. Today, it is the final round of 16 matches. We'll start at 9 a.m. with Argentina facing Egypt in Atlanta. Then at 1 p.m. in Vancouver, Switzerland takes on Colombia. Both those games on Fox 12, Oregon. From the NBA, Cavs star Donovan Mitchell is going to re-up with the Cavs on a max deal, 4 years, $273 million. I'm Jason Swigard from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the
Welcome back. Speaking of bringing that ass, Belgium taking back the American ass from the World Cup. Oof, 4-1.
Oh, that was rough.
That was tough.
That was rough. My brother texted me. He's like, "This feels like the Oregon Indiana game." yeah, it does. Yeah.
I saw one tweet on our show page, and it was the halftime interview of Dan Lanning against Ohio State. It was from a Duck fan.
35-0. Our buddy Landon Tangwall said, "This feels like every big Penn State game for the last 10 years. You beat up on a bunch of teams ranked in the 30s and 40s, and then you get a top 10 matchup, and it's 21-0 at halftime, and you're going to fire your head coach."
It felt like the end of the Blazers season. Hey, we made the playoffs again.
Yeah, we did it.
C and 5, bitch. Oh.
Even without their best player for a game and a half?
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
Even without their best player for a game and a half. That's right. We've all experienced that before. We know what a good letdown looks like. USA.
Dude, that
sucked. Everything about it sucked.
Well, okay, so I have a lot I want to get to actually on this. I know we're not Soccer Show USA here normally.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Okay?
They call me Footy Dirt now.
Hey, I get made fun of for like in English Premier League football now, okay? I get it.
I just love all the times I've seen people say, "Wait, you're telling me soccer's always this exciting? I need to watch it more." And it's like, not all soccer's the World Cup, buddy.
Well,
where you play 3 group stage games and then go into single elimination tournament. It's a little bit different.
I would argue, well, here's my only, can I give you one rebuttal?
The number of false, "I'm going to love soccer now" takes. It's just driving me insane over the last 3 weeks.
Love a team that is in relegation battle, and the last month will feel like a knockout stage every single week.
Every single game matters, absolutely.
But if your team's like middle of
the pack, it's nothing matters.
We lost, but we're still in 6th.
We're just going to play for a draw today. Yeah, all right, it's nothing. All right, see you Tuesday.
Look, there's a lot of takeaways from this. I kind of want to start with a poll question I put up yesterday, and I heard it. I was actually thinking of it literally, and then Fox just said it on the broadcast. I'm like, perfect.
Ooh, look at that.
So I wanted to hide behind the broadcast on the poll question because I didn't want to get the immediate blowback of, "Oh, look at these jackwagons posting this poll question." And it was Rebecca Lowe asking the dais,
Zlatan,
is this a success? Was this World Cup for Team USA specifically, was it a success? I asked it online yesterday on the show page, yes or no. And I went through a lot of stuff. I was texting with Patrick, Soccer Patrick.
Yeah.
And I was giving him just take after take. I was firing off my pre-show takes to him.
I love he became our soccer. Every time something happened, and when the Balogun red card happened, I immediately texted Patrick the other day.
What does this mean?
Wait, how was that a red card? What's going on? Can you call Donald Trump and get him involved, please?
Hey? Didn't have to wait on that one.
Didn't have to wait.
And we'll get to that part of it, too, because people were blaming people and, "Oh, look at what we did. We lost because of that." And I was like, okay. But I put the poll question up. Do you consider Team USA's World Cup a success, yes or no? And right now, yes is slightly winning that poll right now at Dirt and Sprague.
I love the first text we got on this today. Is I'd rather talk about the backup left tackle for Oregon State than talk about soccer. Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
It's almost football season.
You know what starts today? Big 12 Media Days. Big 12 Media Days are literally today.
And then you know what starts in 2 weeks? Not Pac-12 Media Days.
No, and we will get to that today because that needs to be talked about. You cheap bastards. Is Tom Dunn running the Pac-12?
It costs too much. You don't understand.
Why would you want to get the word out of your conference? Do I view it as a success or a failure?
Yeah.
That is a very complicated question because there are strong arguments to be made for either side. Ultimately, the truth is probably somewhere in the middle, but I'm going to lean 52-48 failure.
Okay.
Because all of
Why failure over success?
Because you beat a bunch of nobodies that were only in the tournament because the tournament expanded and you got to the round that you always get to, and you didn't just lose. You were embarrassed in front of 50 million people.
You look like you didn't belong anywhere near that level.
If last night's game had been you score, they got the free kick where it bounces off the guy's head, you're like, dude, what a break. 1-1. And it stays 1-1 all the way to Belgium scores a goal in the 88th minute. Oh, they had one in on a corner. 2-1. Oh, USA had their chances in stoppage time. Yeah. Dang it. It was right there for us. We just came up a little bit short. By all means, it would have been a failure. But I think a lot of the goodwill that you built up beating the teams that you were frankly supposed to beat, that you were better than, and massive favorites against, it went away because this is the first time you played a team with a pulse in the World Cup, and you got smoked, dude. Your goalie looked like my nephew's 8-year-old soccer team has a better goalie than we had last night. That's one of the worst plays in the history of sports, considering the circumstances, the setting, and the timing of the game. That is one of the worst plays I have ever seen in my entire life. And I know we can be hyperbolic in sports radio, but that has to be
easily
in the top 4 of the worst I've ever seen.
The defender can't get beat over the top like that.
That's fine. Just boot
with,
the ball.
Look, I'll just say this. Tim Ream sucks.
He sucks.
I didn't know who Tim Ream really was. I'd heard the name, but didn't really know much. And then I watched, and I'm like,
yeah, he did not.
Are we just looking for other goalies with the name Tim? Like, that's our strategy now?
The goalie's name is Freeze, right?
Yeah, that's Matt Freeze.
Yeah, Matt Freeze is the goalie. Tim Ream's
Tim Ream was the captain and the
there.
central defender.
He was constantly being beat.
Sure. I mean, a lot of guys played. Pulisic was awful.
There was
the
a lot
whole
of
team sucked.
They all sucked. Every single one of them
Even
sucked.
Balogun. You got this free pass. It's like I saw you do one thing. You tried to do a slick no-look pass. It was a turnover.
Yeah, he had the one attempt in the second half, and
he tried to go short side.
You get the one look,
that
and
angle,
but make the goal.
But for those reasons, like if you lose a game 2-1, I'm not going to come in here and say
if you're Mexico and England. Mexico and England had one of the best matches of soccer I've ever seen.
That was one of the best games I've ever seen.
Like, give me that kind of fight. They rolled over. That was like the playoff game when Russell Wilson threw the pick 6 against the Rams.
I mean,
it was a bloodbath.
I'll keep doing it at my own expense. I mean, it was all this momentum, and it's hey, we're playing Indiana, and it's 21-0 in the first quarter. Like, wait, what?
Well, okay, so here's the other part of this. I'm going to sound really idiotic with this.
Oh, go for it.
In a way I've never seen, Younghoe Koo kicking the turf is an all-time NFL moment in special teams history.
Also saved a guy's life. Remember we shared that story?
We did.
The guy that realized he had a heart attack or something?
He laughed so hard that he had a stroke.
And then he realized there was some other medical issue there.
The one caveat I could say is Younghoe Koo has 300-pound men barreling down on him and the whole stadium saying you basically got to make this kick.
Yeah.
I can kind of understand having a duff. Don't see it often.
No excuses, but
soccer is literally only played with your feet, and he kicked the ground.
He kicked the ground before the ball. In the second half of a 2-1 game in the World Cup. It's 2-1.
You're a goalie in the World Cup. Right. You're in the round of 16.
In the next 20 minutes, they had a handful of chances. Now, they didn't end up scoring another one, but how different do those chances feel if the game's 2-1? And how much more pressure is them on Belgium late in the game if it's only 2-1, right? And at any moment, you could have a tie. You give them a 2-goal lead. I mean, the game was over at that point.
They scored the first goal 8 minutes in. I don't know about you, but it took me 2 minutes of the match actually starting to go, Belgium is significantly better than us.
It took me 45 seconds. They had a corner in the first minute. They almost scored. It was
I had Jake Zivin on yesterday, and he was driving to Seattle, go to the game with some friends, and not knowing anything. Because when Swag will tell us about soccer, CONCACAF, USA friendlies, like I don't watch friendlies, so I'm raising my hand, being ugly, stupid American here. Zivin had told me we just played Belgium in a friendly. They whooped our ass 5-2, and I was like,
it's a friendly. Come on.
Right. I'm like, well, we got momentum, and we're at the clink. We're at the Lumen.
Yeah, where's that atmosphere last night? It was like a church in there, man.
Well.
I think it was a funeral for American
I think
soccer.
it was good. And again, I think everybody there realized what we did on TV 2 minutes in. Oh, my God. They're way better than us.
Well, after Tillman's goal off the free kick, it was rocking. And then the minute Belgium scored at 30 seconds later or whatever.
You mean the own goal that we scored, that Belgium really scored for us?
Deflections, baby.
That was an own goal.
Pucks on the net. You never know where it's going to bounce, okay? Pucks on the net, it's a good thing. Shoot the puck.
That was a really, really brutal way to end. Now, I think in some ways you can say success. because you feel like most of the crop is back for the 2030 World Cup,
That's a young team, yeah.
which, by the way, is being played where? Where are they playing the World Cup in 2030?
It is
It's the
Spain,
Spain-Portugal
Morocco,
one.
and
Okay,
Portugal.
so it's an 8-9 hour clock ahead
eight
of
hours
us?
ahead, yeah.
Okay, that's not awful.
It's not Qatar.
I think a lot of people think that crop coming back built on getting to the round of Sweet 16, even though it's expanded. So really, you didn't do anything you normally don't do if you're
No.
And also, our group stage was one of the worst groups of all the tournament.
Yes.
If we're being honest.
We got it because we were the host country.
Yeah.
It was not the group of death.
No, it certainly was not.
it was not.
It certainly was not. And I would also say you could vote yes. As corny as it is, it has felt weirdly nice to feel like a whole country.
Until about 24 hours ago.
Well, yeah, I mean, look.
We can't avoid it now. We can't. And it drives me nuts. I don't let it impact my fandom. I think that's one of the stupidest things you could do in life.
I agree with that.
Is letting politics get in the way of rooting for your country. No
I
matter what
agree.
your politics is, it drives me nuts. I just, please, for the love of God, can I get one international competition where it's not dominated by political headlines?
I'm with you. I said yesterday, I actually think most of the online fodder is not real. I think most
No,
people
it's
yesterday
not.
were like, hey.
But I know it creates
it's
conversation
corrupt,
and buzz.
and we got a guy back when we shouldn't have. And let's win the whole damn thing. Like, I think that was most of the people's feelings.
Right. And all the people right now saying if you're not rooting for Team USA soccer, get out of the country, weren't rooting for Team USA basketball in France.
There's a lot of
Because
that.
it goes the other way.
There's a lot
like
of
it
that.
just shut up.
I
Everybody
agree.
shut up.
Everybody shut
That's the lesson of the day.
That's a good poll question. Everybody shut
Does
up.
everybody
yes
need
or
to
no?
shut up? Yes, everybody needs to shut up. Can I not have the FBI director boozing with the hockey team after winning a gold medal game? Can I not have that? Can I just have one moment?
What happened to shut up and dribble?
What happened to that?
Remember that?
What happened to stick to
Shut
sports?
up and dribble.
Do we not stick to sports anymore?
Why do they not shut up and legislate?
Everybody, shut up!
Can we raise the minimum wage in the
God,
country?
driving me crazy.
Anyways, I think the cohesive feel of small town America with Mo Salah, for example, it's felt great. Now, I know a lot of people are going to drop off the World Cup. I am not, actually. I'll give you a take. Well, here's my counter.
Oh, sorry.
Harry Kane, Lionel Messi, Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland. You have four absolute studs.
Actual names that I know, and
they're
even watch
delivering.
soccer.
And they're not just like, oh, their teams are playing well. Like Erling Haaland is carrying Norway.
Yes,
They're a
he
good
is.
team, but he is carrying
His second goal
Norway.
the other day was sick.
I mean,
between the legs
if he
one.
touches the ball, he's going to score, and he doesn't touch the ball a whole lot.
How do we get one of those guys?
Well, that's a whole other conversation I actually want to have.
Oh, okay.
There was something that somebody mentioned yesterday. I'm like, that's fascinating.
Are we sure we want to overturn birthright citizenship? Because we're going to lose our entire team. Maybe hold off on that one till the next World Cup. Hold it till 2030. We need these guys.
Boy, you got real political in this segment. I don't know how that happened, man.
Good to be back, baby. Good to be back. I did have the end of March Madness feeling that I have usually, where it's like, that was fun. Now we don't have to care about this anymore.
Okay, you're not going to watch like
I'm gonna watch. I'm just
England and
kidding.
Norway should be good.
It should be good.
I think England's sneaky, like
Send
little.
me a text to remind me when the games are starting, and I'll turn it on. Hey, Dirt, it's second half. Okay, thanks, buddy.
Spain and Belgium?
Hey, sure,
Should
why
be
not?
fun.
I
Yeah.
hate Spain.
I do too.
I know. They
They are
frustrate the hell
a
out
rough
of you.
watch.
But
Yeah.
they got the next great superstar, that 18-year-old kid.
Yeah, Yamal.
Yeah.
I'm like, they haven't
Yamal.
given up any goals.
No,
the
they haven't
entire
given up
World
goal.
Cup, but they score like
They
one
haven't
game.
given up a goal the entire World
No.
Cup.
They
How
have
many
clean
games have they
sheets.
played?
Six
now? Five?
Five.
5 games?
Five.
Three
yeah.
and round of
32,
32, round of
16.
16. Yeah.
They haven't given up a goal in 5 games.
No.
Just 1-0. They're the
Clean
Iowa,
sheets, dude.
the
Clean
Iowa
sheets.
of soccer. Is that what you're telling
Punts.
Is this the most disappointing person ever? And why are we not even close to competing? Is one more follow-up I want to get to, and then we'll pivot out. The World Cup has delivered mostly, but yesterday USA did not deliver. So we'll get to that coming up next on The Fan. Welcome back in. Got some local news we'll dive into. Get some football stuff today. Yes. For a lot of people now, it's football season, baby. Camp's opening up here soon.
I'm already seeing takes from Big 12 Media Days. Give me that Big 12 Media poll, baby.
So we'll dive into some of all that today. It is a Mail Sack Tuesday as well, so get those Mail Sack questions in at the fan text line, 503-864-6326.
Mail Sack.
Brought to you by Sparta TRT in the final hour of the radio program. Christian Pulisic is the most overrated American athlete since who? I feel like for almost a decade, I've heard nothing about this guy. He's the saving grace of our sport of soccer.
Yeah, he
He
sucked.
plays in the Premier League. That's how good he is. He doesn't even play over here. And then I find out he's like kind of a reserve. He's not even that great a player over there.
Well, yeah, and then the whole thing, like him sitting out the Gold Cup, I know was controversial because it was about getting ready for the World Cup, and then he did nothing in the World Cup, and he got hurt in the World Cup.
He took himself out. What minute mark was it when he took himself out? I know he got injured, but what was it?
I stopped watching. Last night, did he take himself out?
Last night?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he took himself out. He kicked him. He kicked the other guy's foot. Flopped. Pretended the guy shot him in the head. And then everybody saw the replay. Was like, dude,
you
get
kicked
up.
him. Yeah.
Patrick told me it's something he picked up in Italy, and I was like, oh, okay, great, awesome.
That is a great question.
I was trying to think of
overrated American athlete
because people were photoshopping James Harden in his jersey yesterday.
That's pretty good. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Joel Embiid not even playing.
Yeah, it's hard to do comps because
It's
on
hard to
the
do leagues,
international
right?
stage, it's hard to make a comp like that.
What's the swimmer after Phelps? He got busted at the gas station for pissing.
Lochte? Was it
Lochte.
Lochte? Ryan Lochte?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one. He kind of sucked,
seems
didn't
a
he?
little
But
too
didn't he? I mean, he
disrespectful.
won some medals, though, didn't he?
I'm
not
I
gonna act
asked
like
the
I know.
question.
Let me see how many Lochte medals.
Dude, you can think about whatever you think about all the big-time athletes. Most of them that are big, it's because they show up and they deliver.
6 golds, 3 silvers, and 3 bronze. Now, total douche, not Michael Phelps, but
Michael Phelps is the greatest accomplished swimmer of our
that
life.
he is. That
Still
you're gonna have
got
to let
6
me.
gold medals.
Yeah,
That's still amazing.
you got to let me noodle on that
Are
one
those
for a while.
team medals, though? Like, was Phelps the
Yeah,
one doing the
he's
butterfly?
in the relay. He's the one closing it out. You're welcome. Here's another gold medal for you.
I've heard nothing but that name, and my walkaway take is like, honestly, and they were like, well, see if we get together by 2030, and I'm like, what? So he could be even more injured? I was so unimpressed by him. Here's Carly Lloyd last night. She was on the postgame show.
Oh, she ripped him.
She did. Here was Carly Lloyd on Team USA's loss to Belgium.
No, look, it's a bit of a downer for us being out here now after this loss, but I felt like they lost the game before they even stepped out onto the pitch, and I'm not sure why, and I don't know the reasons, but just from the beginning, just chasing, scared, just not confident on the ball. And I think big-time players, you wanted some of those big-time players to step up in big moments. And I got to be honest, I was a bit disappointed with Christian Pulisic. I think whether he wants to be the star of this team or not, we didn't see enough from him in this particular game and really the whole World Cup. Little glimpses here and there, but, look, aside from this loss, I think on the brighter storyline, it's been a fantastic World Cup. This team has united the country. They have, gotten American fans to fall in love with them. And there is a bright future, but this is just a real disappointing loss to go out on.
Amen.
Yeah, well put.
He was terrible.
Yeah, that's the hardest part is that when there's never even a moment in watching the tournament where he ever felt like the United States' best player.
No.
Like there was never a highlight. There's not anything. Balogun certainly became a conversation, and the red card had a lot to do with that. But he was
their best
delivering,
player.
and he was playing, and he was scoring goals, and you're like, who's this? And then even the Tillman free kick, you're like, dude, that's something that you don't see often from American soccer players. Not the one last night, although it was nice little deflection. But the one a man down in the game before against Bosnia, like that was a touch of class that you just don't often see. There was never a moment watching that you're like, ooh, I could see it. Pulisic's their best player. And by the way, this young American soccer phenom, Hope, he's 27 years old. In the next World Cup, he's going to be 31. And people are comparing him like as a disappointment to Landon Donovan. Look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know a lot about United States World Cup history. I don't watch that much soccer. But in my vague remembrances of World Cups, I remember Landon Donovan at least having moments and scoring goals and being like, all right, he's balding, but he's, look at that little guy out there getting it done. That's kind of cool. Like, I at least remember, I don't remember anything from Pulisic's international career.
Well,
there's nothing that stands out.
Unfortunately for him, he's also been at a time where this is USA, because they've had some down moments during the World Cup time, right? Like they've completely missed the World Cup.
I mean, they're for 40 years until the early 90s. They didn't go to one.
I think it's bad timing for him, but dude, you got to deliver. Like, look around all these countries. When you're at this stage, like, guys are delivering. And that Belgium team, by everything I read, they're kind of old and washed, and they absolutely dominated you. That was an embarrassing performance by them. The other thing I thought about, so Erling Haaland is 6'5", 208.
Big guy.
Like, how come we don't have a Devin Booker? I know everybody asks this question every World Cup. It's just like, it's amazing to me as somebody that's in and around youth sports.
Mm-hmm.
How much money, and Dan Wetzel put this out yesterday. He said maybe making travel soccer even more expensive will help the U.S. finally get good. And somebody
Let's continue to
it.
gatekeep our sport. That's a good idea financially.
I do think youth sports, in a weird way, I think it's actually hurting the way our structure is.
Without a doubt,
because
it is.
the amount of time
it's broken.
These kids have to spend traveling and playing, and they don't get breaks.
No.
I know kids that it's year-round.
Does not stop.
And
my nephew's that way with soccer. He plays year-round soccer.
It never stops, and eventually, it's normal to just feel the burnout and be like, dude, I've been doing this for 11 years. I'm a child. And some kids
I'm
continue.
18 years old. I've done this for over half my life.
Well, but somebody quote tweeted Dan Wetzel and had a really funny anecdote, and you can choose to say, oh, well, it's easy to say this when they have Erling Haaland. True. Norway 40 years ago basically made youth soccer free and developed academy systems where kids didn't have to pay money.
What? And you're telling me that helped develop their national players?
It's the furthest they've ever been in their country's history.
That had nothing to do with it.
I'm not saying it does have everything to do with it. Again, it's nice to have an Erling Haaland born and exist.
Point, yeah, it's the point of simply, and there's all sports that you can go out and find ways to play, but in terms of the channels and the pools that you need to go in and swim in, There is a financial gatekeeping aspect of it that will always limit us on the national stage. It just always will.
Yeah.
Because you're leaving kids behind that cannot afford it. Not everybody can afford $2,000 twice a year for a travel team and jerseys and cleats and road trips and hotels and, hey, we're playing in this state now and then that state.
Yep.
Not everybody can afford that, man. And there's a lot of incredibly talented soccer players, I'm sure, that they just slip through the cracks at young ages. And this is a case in a lot of different sports, but there's not this much gatekeeping, I feel like, in others. And in sports like basketball, you can just go play on your own one-on-one and work on your game.
But
again,
it's starting to be
no doubt about it
too. Like all these other sports are starting to develop this a little bit.
And there's a different style of player that you develop. There's a different level that you can get to. And it's just there's an unfortunate nature of that. I don't ever see that changing. And if it doesn't change, we've been having this conversation. I'm in my late 30s. You're in your late 30s. This has been my entire adult life.
Soccer.
So how are we going to get there?
We're going to take it over now.
And the first moment where it's like, hey, here's a little momentum. It's on our own soil. It's in our own stadiums.
Yep.
Our own fans are here, and same as it's always
It didn't
been.
look any different than it's always looked. And
it's no different than a Qatar loss 4 years ago when you get smoked somewhere in the middle of the night.
And every time during the journey, I hear, and I've been hearing this forever, soccer in the USA, it's going to be the next big sport. And I'm not saying the MLS won't become a really highly thought of league, but it's not there. And when you end every World Cup like that, it's hard to get a lot of people to want to commit and care about it on a deeper level. That doesn't make it right or wrong.
The energy will build back up again 4 years from now, and we all know how the movie's going to end.
Here's the thing. I think it's actually going to trail off a little bit because the beauty of this one was it's in our backyard.
There's no doubt about it.
It was all over our country. We were featured. There's no North American teams left. Mexico's gone. Canada's gone. We're gone. We were having games in Seattle, Santa Clara, L.A. Didn't matter.
Nope.
And we tuned in and we followed.
We did.
When it goes to Spain and wherever the hell else it's going, it'll get good viewership. I don't think it'll get the same.
No. The games will be on.
They need USA to become a wagon. They need to get to like the Elite Eight, maybe flirt with the semis type level, I think, to get the same amount of interest because a 9-hour clock is a big difference for a lot of people.
I'm with you there.
USA falls on their face. We can get back more into that later on. Just like, why are we not better at that given the amount of money and people playing youth soccer? It is kind of crazy to think about.
It is.
But loaded second hour, Dirt and Sprague. Hour number 2, we've got a coaching hire locally and a follow-up from yesterday I want to get to with Dirt. Hour 2, Dirt and Sprague on the Fan.
The Firm of Harris and Meringue, now weekdays 10 to 1.
I got probably 15 minutes alone with Micah, but I came away really impressed. Like I've talked to him here or there over the years, but getting to actually talk to him about the process and his thoughts on like what they need to do and how they're going to go about it, I came away really impressed with him. Not just as a coach, but as a dude. Like I really like him.
The Firm of Harris and Meringue, weekdays from 10 to 1 on the Fan Sports Network.
Progressive knows there's no one more important to your team than your pet. They're like your top draft pick. And it looks like Chuck has selected Pepper the Corgi. Bold pick there, Deborah.
Yeah, Rich, Pepper has a high ceiling for sure, but he does have a tendency to bark at every tree.
Yeah, he brings a lot to the table, but also takes a lot off of it, especially when it's been left near the edge.
Nothing left to do now but suit him up for the dog park.
Protect your top draft pick from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
In my world, you're always sorting through information, trying to find what matters most fast. Well, if you're hiring, you can now review all these resumes and applications faster thanks to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter has a new feature that instantly shows you the most interested, qualified candidates first. ZipRecruiter's matching technology finds qualified candidates quickly. And with ZipRecruiter's new feature, qualified candidates show up at the top of your list. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia. When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription, and I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good. Makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business?
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more. So you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. ServiceTitan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. ServiceTitan, AI for the trades.
Your home for Oregon Ducks football. KRSK Portland, KRSK FM HD1, Malala, Oregon, and Odyssey Sports Station. Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
If you've been arrested for DUI, you need a team of attorneys you can put your trust in. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the Fan, the United States has been asked to leave the party they've been hosting for the World Cup. Belgium showed them the door Monday night in Seattle, 4-1 in a rout that wasn't that close. Now, the Belgians will get Spain in the quarterfinals after they beat rival Portugal 1-0 on a goal in stoppage time. Final of the round of 16 matches set for today, 9 a.m. in Atlanta. It's Argentina and Egypt. Then at 1 o'clock in Vancouver, Switzerland takes on Colombia. Both those games on Fox 12 Oregon. Quarterfinal action this morning at Wimbledon. In the women's draw, 4th seed Jessica Bagula taking on 7th seed Coco Gauff. They have just gone to a third set, tied 1-1. Pagula serving in Game 3. Following this match, 14th seed Naomi Osaka will face 10th seed Carolina Muchova. I'm Jason Swigard from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is
Hey, welcome back in. Hour number 2, Dirt and Sprague here on Portland Sports Leader 105.1 The Fan and what we like to call the Fan Sports Network. Good morning. The band is back together.
Hello.
After 18 days, 4 different country excursion. Jason Swigard back punching the 1s and 2s, hanging out. A loaded second hour of the radio program today. We will get into some college football.
You bet your ass we will.
Your Ducks are cleaning up and recruiting.
They're doing pretty good. Remember all those panics from March and April when they were the 15th ranked recruiting class in the country and the Huskies were higher than them?
The Ducks.
That didn't last very long.
Did I see their number 2 now with the latest
2 or
5-star wide
3,
receiver?
yeah, depending on where you look. Everybody's
3.
got a different, 24/7 and Rivals and ESPN all have different ratings, but they're in the top 5.
And then Oregon State's been recruiting really well, and
Yep.
also there's going to be no Pac-12 Media Day. And Dirt told me that the commissioner said it's none of your business how much the Pac-12 media rights deal is, and I was like, what?
They're not going to reveal how much money they're making, which makes everybody think, what?
Why?
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
That's a low number.
What if it was like 7? He's so depressing.
Now I get why you're not doing media days.
Binary Brewing and the Fan have teamed up for the only Fan IPA, available for a limited time. Taste the Fan.
Oh.
Take your hands and put it down your pants, son.
With Binary Brewing's signature West Coast IPA, go to Binary Brewing's Beaverton location and ask them about their only Fan. So good, only the Fan and Binary Brewing can pull it off.
We have our own beer.
What would tasting the Fan taste like to you, Swag?
A little salty.
Is that a hair? Is that a hair?
That was a hair.
Is that a hair in there?
That
I promise
was a
there is no hair in this beer. It's a delightful beer. I had 2 of them at the Fan Golf Classic. They were fantastic.
That's where they debuted.
That's where the Dubois was at the Fan Golf
There you
Classic. I walked into a cooler and found a couple. I was like, I don't know if I can have these, but I'm snagging these because I want a Fan beer. And I work at the Fan, so I should get a Fan beer.
Is that a Rob beard hair?
Ugh.
No, you actually meant
Oh,
taste
that one's
the Fan.
That one's a gray one. Ugh.
A lot to get to in the second hour. I want to get to some Blazer notes. Again, do you think in 4 years we will be at a spot where our team is actually competing?
No.
So it's going to be the same thing. We're just going to...
I think we're going to compete from some people would call this competing. Getting your ass whooped like that, I would say, is not competing, but we might go far again because...
But who did you beat? You beat nobody in your group stage.
Guess what they're going to do at the next World Cup, by the way?
What?
Add more countries that we can beat.
They are.
This is like having the team who can never win in the tournament all of a sudden finding themselves in the Sweet 16 regularly just because they keep expanding the tournament. And now we're getting easier games early on.
I actually think because Zivin was like, dude, I was pretty anti-expansion, and I got to admit they got me. I was wrong on he was like, I'm wrong. Expansion was good for the World Cup. I know expansion can go a bit far. Some would say it's going that way in college football, and we know it's gone that way in the NCAA tournament. Mm-hmm. But there's a really good article on The Athletic of like, are we really upset with expansion in sports? Why are we upset if more fan bases care that their teams, even if their teams don't have a chance? Why are we so weird about expansion?
Because it's also, I think, underneath the belly of it is it's all about the money, and that's the part that turns us off a little bit. Like, if you're expanding, you're not expanding because you want more country. Like, we want Cape Verde to have access to the World Cup. You're expanding because you want more TV inventory so you can make more billions of dollars and make more corrupt decisions.
But both, well, yeah.
And sure,
corruption, yes.
For every Cape Verde you can give me, there's 10 examples the other way of teams who had no business being in the World Cup, who did nothing of note, who you can't even remember were in the tournament. So it's like getting one 15 seed that wins 2 games. You're like, this is great. I'm glad that they're in. And then the other 3 lose by 40 points in their first round game. And so, it's not the end all be all for me. I'm not going to scream and yell about it. I understand that opinion. I just if it's good, I'm not going to let it inflate my opinion of American soccer by beating teams who in previous iterations of the World Cup would not have been in the World Cup.
Okay. Kick off the second hour. Had some breaking news in the first hour we didn't get to. The Cavs and Donovan Mitchell agreed to a 4-year, $273 million extension.
Cha-ching.
Player option, by the way, for the 2030-31 season.
Where's he going to finish this contract out?
Well, it's also
not in Cleveland.
There's a full trade kicker. Yeah, that's...
What team will have that player option of Donovan Mitchell when he's 35 years old?
Somebody's going to be like, dude, Donovan Mitchell with this team, though.
He's definitely opting into that last year of the deal, by the way.
Oh,
He's not turning that player option down.
Good God, dude, that's crazy.
That's a big-time payday for the Spider.
Blazers in the news a little bit, and no, we did not add a power forward, Rui Hachimura, as I mentioned yesterday during the show, signed with the Clippers. The report came out from Sam Amick. The Blazers were one of 5 teams that were in on Rui Hachimura.
We tried. We tried!
He did not want to leave Los Angeles.
From my limited
Way to go, guys.
exposure to sports
Good
news,
attempt.
We tried.
We tried.
I feel like every major free agent or trade, we were like the 4th or 5th option.
We're right there.
We were there at the table,
right
but
don't you criticize
Don't
anybody
you.
on that team. We tried.
You know what I think we should
Takes
do?
2 to tango,
okay. I just want to make sure I'm getting news.
You're
as it
getting the right news, yeah.
traveled 10,000 miles.
After about 5 years of this, I have now reached the conclusion we need a "We've Tried" banner hung in the Moda Center. Before our team moves to Kalamazoo, let's enjoy it for the last 4 years with a big "We Tried" banner next to the 1977 championship banner.
Yeah, well, the Clippers won the geography sweepstakes by being in Los Angeles.
I don't blame him. He wanted to stay in L.A. He didn't really care about anything other
I've
than
been
staying
LA.
in L.A. Like,
I totally get it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big LA fan. So
is he from? He's from Japan, right? Originally, but did he grow up in the States?
Well, he went to Gonzaga.
I know that. I didn't know when he came
I know
over
he's born
to the
in
States.
Japan.
Yeah.
I don't know if he grew up where he grew up, but yeah, there was a funny quote from one of the Laker beat writers, Dan Wokey, and he goes, "One of my favorite exchanges of my entire career came with Rui Hachimura. There was an individual that was speaking Japanese, and I turned to Rui and I said, dude, he's speaking really good Japanese. And Rui goes, how would you know? And the guy realized he wouldn't know because he doesn't know Japanese.
I don't know if he's saying anything right, but it sounds like good Japanese to me. How would you know?
How would you know?
Yeah, do you speak Japanese? No, I don't.
He could be making sounds. You just assume it's Japanese.
Half the time I think Teddy's speaking Japanese for all I know. I can't understand what he's saying.
Well, so we didn't get Rui Hachimura. We're still running 5 guards out.
Yeah, buddy.
Joe Freeman had some really good. So he had a good write-up on Micah Nori.
I saw that
yesterday, and I'd highly advise to go check it out, OregonLive.com. But
I loved the anecdote from Drew Holiday telling Micah Nori, if in any of the last 3 years I was on your Minnesota teams, we would have won the championship. He's not kind of.
I don't think he's wrong.
They kind of needed a guy like that. Also, who was the piece Milwaukee added and won a title, and then Boston added and won a title?
I mean, he's not wrong. He's obviously a good piece.
He's been the final cherry on top of the title teams.
Well, he's going through a lot right now. Traveling, he's had to meet Ja. He went to L.A. and met with Drew. So he's going around. He's talking to all the new Blazers and the guys that are returning because it doesn't appear. Based on everything, I would say is like there is not another trade coming, dude.
It does not seem likely.
Feels like this is it. I did the segment yesterday. Be ready and mentally prepared for them to do the vet minimum signing and call it good.
Yep.
And you're going to somehow hear them at a press conference convince you that 5 guards is indeed going to win in the Western Conference.
We project as a 60-win team with 5 guards in the lineup.
But Jay Triano, former assistant with Terry Stotts, former head coach in Toronto, who also, by the way, hired an assistant named Micah Nori once upon a time.
Yes, he did.
Jay Triano has agreed to an $8.99 deal for old Tom Dundon and the Portland Trail Blazers.
They wrote it up in the dollar store?
They did.
Is that where Tom Dundon does his negotiations?
Well, it's actually the $1.50 store now.
That's
I wish
true.
they changed their name.
They really do need to.
But yeah, Jay Triano is going to be one of the lead assistants for Micah Nori. Really good and respected basketball mind. Worked with Dame Lillard for years under Stotts. And so he has made the choice to come back and work under Micah Nori and be a part of the Portland staff.
I mean, it's just another unfounded fear that we can now put to bed. The idea of Micah Nori not having a guaranteed contract past this year is going to keep us from hiring good assistants and filling out a staff. And all they've done is gone out and hired a guy who was a finalist for the head coaching job that everybody raves about as an assistant coach. And Jay Triano, if I would have told you a month ago that he was going to be on the staff, I think everybody in unison would have said, yeah, seems like a pretty well-respected guy around the league. He's worked in a ton of places. Oh, by by the way, has familiarity with Damian Lillard because he was on Portland staff for, 4 years, right? 12 to 16, I think he was in Portland as an assistant. He's been in a head coach before, so it was one of those unfounded fears of, will the players play hard for him and will you be able to hire assistant coaches, that I just kind of chuckled at when the initial Norrie contract was announced, and you've now added 2 great pieces to your coaching staff. I will still maintain that doesn't matter to me. As excited as I am about the Jay Triano hire, and that's great to have somebody with some head coaching experience on your bench, as Micah Norrie himself said at the press conference, I'm only 10% of this. The other 90% of it is the players, and that's the part that was always the biggest story going into the offseason.
Yeah.
Not the T-shirts, not the coaching hire, not Tiago Splitter. It was the 90% that matters, and to that point, it's been underwhelming to say the least, and that's the frustrating part.
Well, I think that's the thing is, like, you can have an opinion, a varying opinion on the whole situation with the team, but, like, there does need to be a little bit of media, okay, looks like so far we've been kind of wrong.
Just a little bit.
Does there not need to be?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. If the team plays hard for Micah Norrie, we're going to put that one to bed like 2 months in. Like, hey, they're trying every night. I thought they were going to quit on him because he's only got a one-year contract.
That was one of the dumber narratives, in my opinion.
Yes, it made no sense.
Do you know why this team will quit if they quit? Do you know why? Because it doesn't make sense from a roster standpoint.
Yeah, guys might
5
quit.
guards. Somebody's going to get screwed out of minutes.
Yeah.
Somebody's not going to have the ball that needs the ball. Shots are not going to be shot by certain guys. And guess what's going to happen? The leaks. You'll start to hear all the rumblings. And then my guess would be local media scribes all start blaming it at Tom Dundon instead of roster construction.
Yeah.
Say what you want about Tom Dundon, and there's a lot you can say. Micah Norrie, A-plus coach, according to many around the league. One of the best hires you could have made in this, this round. And then goes and adds a veteran like Jay Triano.
Yeah.
Like,
Pretty good. Pretty good stuff.
I don't really have any complaints in that department, and I agree with Micah Norrie's. I'm 10% of this. The players the other 90.
Yep.
If there's going to be any quitting, it's not Micah Norrie's contract. It's the roster construction right now today doesn't make any damn sense. You're not competing in a Western Conference with 5 guards. You might win some games, and it looks fun. Good luck on defense. Good luck with minute distribution. Yeah. Good luck with shot and ball and usage rate. Like, all of that stuff matters to these guys. I have been saying this forever. High school, college, pro. Most of these dudes don't care about the stuff you and I care about. They don't follow it the way we do. No. They live in their own little bubbles. What do you think Shaden Sharp's doing right now? If he's not putting up shots, he's probably playing 2K.
Yeah.
Yo, you want to get on sticks? Like, he's not reading ESPN.com this morning. He's not reading OregonLive.com. No offense to Joe Freeman. The very handsome Joe Freeman wrote a great piece on Micah Norrie's time as coach the first however many days. Like, these guys don't operate in those worlds, man. They don't pocket check in the locker room and go, well, Micah Norrie only got a 1-year deal, so I'm not going to try hard. That's not how that works.
That's not how that works.
And what's crazy to me is the people that cover the sport that are around it aren't having the wherewithal to just say that. They're actually taking the side of how a player's going to play. You're around them. I've briefly been around them. They don't care.
No.
They just played for Tiago Splitter after the coach was arrested by the FBI. So, like, the narrative-based stuff is just so dumb sometimes, and it's a good hire. Jay Triano, good hire.
It's a good hire.
Go make a roster edition.
How about we add a wing? Can I add a wing?
It'd be nice.
Can I order some wings, please?
Oh, can we get some wings,
Boneless,
please?
bone-in, I don't
Table
care.
one, please.
Can
I'll
we
eat any
add
kind of wings.
somebody that can shoot threes
Can I get
at
a
like
shooter?
37%?
Any shooters out there available?
Let me throw one at you. Gundy said it yesterday from the toilet.
Yeah.
Jonathan Kuminga.
All right.
Yeah?
I'm fine. Well, what else? Yeah. Throw a name out.
Malcontent in Golden State. That's all
I don't
I'm
care.
saying.
I don't care. Literally throw a name out. Do they have size and can they shoot? The
DeMar
answer is
DeRozan.
yes.
Well, he's really
He's not really
size,
a shooter,
but
yeah. He's actually a mid-range
No,
guy.
mid-range
but
guy.
Midi guy.
It'd actually be probably the worst fit they could have
He's a
because
midi.
they need somebody that can clear the paint, not pack the paint.
Now, if we can't land Rui, can we land LeBron? Is that how that works now?
God. I'm losing my S, man. I'm losing my S. This is growingly.
It's a crazy.
It's crazy that this
switch
is gonna happen, and people are gonna flip up from they were gonna make a big move, and then it'll be all Tom Dundon's fault, and you'll get a change in the narrative when the general manager, who's been here the entire time with different owners, is still the guy who says we tried and is unwilling to pull the trigger on anything of note and anything of size to take a swing. Eventually, you're gonna have to take a swing, and if you don't, it's a disaster. And I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. As time has gone on, the Ja Morant trade happens, and you think to yourself, all right, like as we all said, in a vacuum, fine. That's a decent value. Take a swing on a guy. He's a buy low, sell high potential. Like, no issue with that whatsoever. The idea that might end up being all you do in the offseason is wild. And
Ja Morant and Rob Will.
Of course. A guy who was already on your team who is now still on your team. You've added nothing else to your team. I'm talking about adding pieces
But
to
the
your
Lakers
team.
wanted him.
They did. Look, I'm excited about Rob Will being re-signed. Let's also acknowledge he's played 80 games in 3 years, so I hope he plays more than that again this upcoming season, but that's not a guaranteed thing. So we all just assume, like, of course, look, there's not going to be a big trade, but you're going to go do something, right? Right?
I said yesterday, dude.
Right?
I
It's that
stand
Star
by it.
Wars meme.
I'm not kidding when I say this. If they make a trade, we will celebrate it on this program.
By all
and
means.
talk about it.
Yes, I'll pop some confetti in here.
I would also just tell you, as somebody who's been following this team, been watching this team my whole life, you need to mentally prepare for us to use the $20-30 pick. Not a trade, to actually use it. I don't know
You're
why
not
you're
wrong.
laughing.
You're not wrong.
It would be the most
You're not
Blazer
wrong.
organization decision ever.
The
to
value
say,
of that pick. We can't get rid of
actually,
it. Yeah.
the league can't properly value this pick for us in a trade.
No, we're going to hold on to it.
And instead of going into the apron, we've decided that if we pay Denny the contract and then Donovan comes a little under, we actually are better served to use the 2028 Milwaukee Buck pick because we think it'll be top 8.
Yeah, you know Trey Murphy still hasn't been traded?
He has not.
Still out there.
I know.
He's still available.
He doesn't make sense for them.
New Orleans is still starting over and trying to tank.
What about Sadiq Bey?
You know me, a guy with some size and
Can I
shooting definitely does not make sense for
Can
the
I get
Blazers.
some Sadiq Bey?
I'll take a Sadiq Bey. What was his 3-point percentage last
I
year?
think he was 37%.
I'll take your word for
I
it.
think Sadiq Bey's.
Who did he play for? I definitely know who he
Pelicans.
played for. Of course
He's on the Pelicans.
Duh, he played for the Pelicans.
What did his numbers say?
We all watched the Pelicans last year, you moron.
I should have assumed that.
36% from 3.
Yeah, 36.
He averaged 17.5 points per game. What are we doing?
You know what we need?
This guy's available.
We need 13 points
He's
and
6'8".
37%.
He's over 6'6". No, we can't get him. No.
Hang the "We Tried" banner, though.
We tried.
New
Guys.
Orleans didn't want to do business.
Guys, we tried, okay? We decided 2 first-round picks for a quality player is too expensive.
I think that's the funniest narrative is when people tell me, like, if they tried for Sadiq Bey. Well, they tried.
Oh, they tried.
New Orleans wasn't willing. Were you on the phone call?
You know,
You weren't? Okay, then get back to me when you know what New Orleans was willing to not do. We tried.
We tried. Yeah.
Hang the "We Tried" banner.
We tried, baby. Put that thing up in the Moda Center rafters right next to our 77 championship because it's the only thing close to a championship that we're sniffing.
How many years did we go into an offseason? You can say every year, but like realistically, how many years have we gone into an offseason thinking it's the offseason of the move? And now I said to Brandon yesterday, or Breezy as he told me he's known on the streets.
Oh, he's going by Breezy now?
Fun fact.
Oh.
He taught hip-hop in college?
Wait, what? He was a hip-hop professor?
Yeah.
This guy's like an onion, man.
Dude.
It's a new layer that I did not see coming.
I told him their move was Ja Morant.
Yeah.
So you can already say, well, they made the move, Sprague.
They made their move.
But how many summers have we gone in thinking it's the summer they'll make the move? Because if we hang the "We Tried" banner, it should be every one of those years.
Dude, that's a great
2016.
call. Yeah.
CJ is going to get traded. This is the time to make the move.
It's like in colleges, the NCAA Sweet 16 appearance banner with all the years.
Yes. The year we got swept by the Pelicans in the first round, we were definitely going to make a
What's
big
the
move.
year we added Sean Kemp?
that year.
2002?
Yeah, we definitely tried that
We
year.
tried.
Aaron Aflalo.
Aaron Aflalo. That was definitely a hard try.
That was a "We Tried"
We
season.
tried super hard with Aaron Aflalo for sure.
We did try for Aaron Aflalo.
The losing of the Nuggets series where Dame was legendary and CJ stepped out of bounds, we were going to try that offseason.
That should
for
just
sure.
be saying he tried.
He tried. We just fired the coach, though, and said it wasn't a roster problem. It was a coach problem.
Well, it starts in 89 or 90 with the Buck Williams trade.
Well,
that actually,
but see,
I mean,
at least that
they tried.
paid
and
off.
That
was
paid
the
off.
Closest to it
I'm
working
talking
we've ever
about
seen.
The moves that didn't get made or the years we thought, okay, CJ McCollum is primed to get some good return.
Yes,
Mello?
Now's the time to trade him.
Mello. 0-0 Mello. We tried.
Remember when we didn't try hard enough to tank for Victor Wembanyama?
Ooh, do we have a "we didn't try" with a year?
Remember that one? Remember that good time? Remember Anthony Simons losing us, Victor Wembanyama.
That's the NIT banner.
Remember that?
Ooh, yeah, the NIT
You
banner.
can't handle a tank. I can handle a tank.
Dude.
If you get a good player in the draft.
If you had the NIT version of we didn't try hard enough banner, you'd start it in 84, would you not?
Yes. Yes, you would. Thank you for that.
Just saying.
We already had a 2-guard.
We don't need another one. We're actually full right now, but thank you.
We project as a 54-win team with Bowie.
You can walk down to the Chicago
38
restaurant.
with Michael.
They'll have a table for you.
Yeah. Fun stuff. Hey, welcome back to Portland, Jay
Hey, welcome back, Jay Triano.
Nice to have a familiar face.
It is. Jay Triano's a great hire. I got no issue with that.
Something looming and talked about yesterday, and a little bit of newsy and notes out of the association. We'll get to that coming up next on The Fan.
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the World Cup party in the United States asked the host to leave early as Belgium rolled Team USA 4-1 in Seattle. Americans playing their worst game of the tournament. Belgium now moves on to the quarterfinals to face Spain, who got a goal in stoppage time to beat a rival Portugal 1-0, ending Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup career. Today, it is the final round of 16 matches. Will start at 9 a.m. with Argentina facing Egypt in Atlanta. Then at 1 o'clock, it's in Vancouver. Switzerland takes on Colombia. Both those games on Fox 12 Oregon. Quarterfinal action at Wimbledon this morning. 7th-seeded Coco Gauff rallying after dropping the first set to fellow American 4th seed Jessica Pegula. 6-3, 6-3 in the second and third set. She advances to the semifinals and will face the winner of the next match, 14th seed Naomi Osaka and 10th seed Carolina Muchova. I'm Jason Swigart from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the
Poll question yesterday. If the Blazers just sign a wing to a vet minimum, will you be okay with their offseason? Yes, no, or F no were your options, and no, running away with it and winning 48.4% of the vote.
F no would have been my answer if I was here on the show yesterday.
F no got second.
Yeah.
Yes was a very, very, very distant third.
Dude, to go into an offseason hoping with all of the capital that you have to work with in terms of young players, contracts to match, and future draft picks, and to have it end up being only John Morant is a disaster. There's no other way to spin it.
Yeah, certainly if I told you you're coming out of this with 5 guards, I think a lot of people would probably feel that way. It's not that Ja won't be good or
no,
pay
I have
off
no
for him.
issue, again, with the Ja pick. This is not an anti-Ja thing.
It's the roster construction.
You're also looking at potentially having 3 of your best players on the floor all needing to have the ball in their hands to score.
Yeah, and that's the other part that
the whole fit thing doesn't make sense.
I push back on it. And look, I'll tell you if I'm wrong. Like, we'll get to a point. I'm not going to go 4 games in, like, well, it was wrong. I want to see it play out. But
give it a month and a half, something like that.
This whole idea that people run with of just like, yeah, this is going to help Denny off ball. Dave's just going to play off ball. Their usage rates don't suggest that's their career. Their careers are defined by ball in hand. Like, I watched Dame in Milwaukee. I know a lot of Blazer fans did as well. It was Dame and Giannis with the ball. It wasn't Dame playing off ball all game, man.
No, it was not.
Dame Lillard being off ball for most of the game is not a realistic thing in my brain.
Yeah.
Ja Morant has to have the ball the way he operates.
He can't shoot.
And why was Denny Avdia so efficient and good last year? Because he had the ball and controlled things. So, I'm going to push back and wonder aloud, are we sure these guys can be off ball? Because I'm not completely sold on it.
It's one thing to have 5 guards if one of them's Klay Thompson. It's another thing when everybody has to have. Now, Drew can play a little off ball. That's fine. He's a good defender. The argument maybe for Denny is it helps him he becomes a better defender because his usage rate will go down on the offensive end. But I don't know how comfortable any of them are going to be. My optimism would be the highest in Lillard just because of his ability to shoot the ball. But to your larger point, that's never been his career. And so you're asking 3 guys to do something potentially that they've never really been asked to do in their careers. And will they be able to adjust? That is a massive gamble going into the season.
We'll get to some football stuff. I know some of you guys are done with the soccer, and that's okay. I still think the soccer is worth following and watching because you got the best players in the entire sport still around and dominating. But we'll get into some football stuff. We'll talk with Andrew Nimick at 8. Oregon's recruiting, Oregon State's recruiting. And the Pac-12 announced they're not going to have a media day. Boy, that's certainly a choice. We'll get into that today. And then also, going through some of the blurbs here, Seth Wickersham wrote a lengthy little piece on ESPN.com.
We got a wicker bomb on the Broncos.
He followed Sean Payton during the playoffs, and boy, there is some stuff trickling out of this article that we need to talk about. He volunteered giving up being the head coach to the owner to allow Belichick to come be the coach just to break the NFL record. He wanted to do a fake punt in overtime against the Bills, and the players told him to piss off.
On 4th and 11.
On 4th and 11.
No, what are you, crazy?
So we'll get to some of that. We got football stuff on the show sheet. One aspect of the Blazers that we have to take into consideration, because if you said going into the offseason, Jaylen Brown's going to be available, you can get him. Like, seriously, you can be at the forefront of getting Jaylen Brown.
All it's going to take is 2 picks and Paul George.
Well, we would have had to pay more picks. There would have been a higher premium for us. But Tamani and 3 picks seems like it could have done it, right? Everybody is saying, dude, let's go. You can think whatever you think about Jaylen Brown. He'd be the best player on our team.
Yes.
Okay? Now, some people still think that'd be Denny. That's okay. I'm not going to argue with you. But one consideration here, not to give ownership and the organization an out, Boston basically gave up on Jaylen Brown mainly out of financial reasons. This is Brad Stevens yesterday when he was asked why he's trading Jaylen Brown.
But it is an interesting time. The new CBA coincided, 7 years after the Supermaxes were instituted. We may not be sitting here if there was a rule in the CBA that said the guys that you drafted that you signed to 35% Supermaxes count as 25% of the cap, because then that would allow you to build out towards the aprons with a lot less flexibility, or with a lot more flexibility. But the reality is that those are hard to build, and you even look back on, and again, I don't want to just throw a bunch of numbers, but 47% of the cap is what those two guys were when we won it all, right? And that's just going up and up, and that's tough.
So you would say this was primarily a move to restructure the books?
No, I would say that it's a move to keep us at a very competitive level and give us optionality moving forward.
I will say this, Brad Stevens, I still think is really smart. That trade was not great. He is absolutely covering for the ownership group on that last answer. This was all about money. Jaylen Brown didn't ask for a trade. He said him and Brad Stevens still have a fine relationship. They just traded him, and he found out like everybody else did on social media. When you're 70% of the cap is 2 players,
it's tough.
It's not functional. And that's the thing about the Blazers you need to take into consideration. They're going to pay Denny. That's a done deal. Unless Denny Avdia asks to be traded out,
right?
They are going to pay him next summer, and he's not going to get...
Now, remember from Bobby, I think Bobby told us that he thinks he's going to play out the rest of his contract because of the financial details.
Well, I believe that is next summer.
No, he's got 2 more years left on his deal. And I think if I remember correctly when Bobby was on, there was something about waiting for that.
If he waits to a certain point,
that end of the contract, he can get X amount of more dollars, and but he's got 2 more. I think he's got 2 more years left on his deal.
But he's going to get paid.
Without a doubt, he's going to get paid.
I think organizationally, they've made that decision.
Yes, he's only going to be 28 when he's a free agent.
You're not paying Denny Avdia and Jaylen Brown. And anybody that thinks that Brad Stevens is full of crap because they took Paul George on, I would just argue this. There's only 2 more years of PG. So if Paul George doesn't work out, they're going to offload that last year as an expiring.
Yeah.
I don't think Boston's on the hook for that full 2 years. Even if Paul George is not great, there is always a Brooklyn in this league. You don't think Sacramento wants to push tickets by saying we want Paul George for a year? There are dumb teams all over this league. So I wouldn't say it's an untradeable contract. But that's really at the forefront here is maybe some of the decision-making is involved around the league because you're seeing the contracts doled out. It's 1 year. It's 2 year. It's 2 year. It's team options.
A lot of frustration from players lower down on the totem pole saying we're not getting paid anymore.
Because the league is, I think, kind of telling us where they're at financially, and I talked about that yesterday. But I think that's part of the equation here is how much of this is we're going to pay Denny soon. Jaylen's going to make 63.
Yeah.
You start doing the calculations, you're seeing some of the best teams do the calculations. Boston did it. New York just let Mitchell Robinson go because they don't want to pay into the second apron. Teams are not willing to pay this tax. They don't want to. It's a hard cap for them. So you're seeing a lot of teams make decisions they don't necessarily want to based on the way that the contract structures are with the salary cap.
The interesting part and the frustrating part, I would say, and again, their answer would be, well, it's Ja Morant. But one of the main arguments for the next 2 years for Portland, I thought going into the offseason from an optimistic standpoint about being aggressive was, what's Denny Avdia on? Cheap contract. What's Damian Lillard on? Cheap contract. You can make an argument next year your 2 best players on the floor for the length of the season will be Denny Avdia and Damian Lillard. Now, we don't know that. They got to stay available. We got to see Denny do it again. Lillard's coming off the Achilles. But that's not an unrealistic guess to have at this point. Those are your two best players.
Are your three highest paid players on a per-year basis Drew, Shaden, and two?
Well, now, on a per-year basis, it's John Morant at $42 million. Then it's Drew at 34. Then it's Shaden Sharp at 20.
Yeah.
Those are your three highest paid players. So the argument would be Damian Lillard, I think of this is for next year. Yeah, is going to make 13.3, and Denny Avdia is making 13.1. And so those might be your two best players making a combined $26 million. That's $8 million cheaper than Drew Holiday, right? That's only $6 million more than Shaden Sharp. So one of the arguments I thought going into the offseason was, look how good our books look. Let's go be aggressive because we know that Denny Avdia contract is hitting in 2 years. I think your point is valid because when you look at Jaylen Brown's contract, the last year of the deal is 28-29. He's going to make $65 million. That's the first year that Denny Avdia, his extension will kick in, whether he signs it next offseason or that will be the first year of the new deal, and he's going to be making $50+ million, and you have over $100 million invested in two players. And so I certainly think that was a part of their strategy and thought process. They were willing clearly to go add a big contract. When's John Morant's contract up? 2 years when Denny Avdia is going to get paid. And so if it doesn't work out, you can move on. If it does, then you can make that decision down the road. It is unquestionably an unintended consequence for the NBA that it has brought parity that I think is enjoyable to the league. It's balanced things out at the top. We've had 8 different champions in a row. But there's also the squeezing of...
You're punishing teams for
having,
for
doing
Boston
it right.
having to trade Jaylen Brown when they had Tatum and Brown drafted.
And they don't have to. Their owner could pay the secondary tax. But
70% of your
how many owners
cap is crazy.
Outside of Golden State, has any owner like...
Cleveland.
Okay, Cleveland's going to do it?
They were the lone team last year.
Okay, so the only one that did it last year, it's not like there's 5 or 6 teams every year that are like, what the hell, throw the money out the window. I'm not going to criticize Dundon for that. They're punting on the decision, no matter how much money you have in hand.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. 70% to 2 players is just... When you win a title and they're at 47% and just 2 years later it's up to 70.
I don't know what the correction is here or if there will be a correction.
The NBA would have to tweak the CBA. And
Steven's point yesterday was can we get he wants to do the quarterback contract thing where it doesn't
count.
It doesn't count, but it wasn't that it doesn't count. It was only 80% of it
Brad
counts.
Stevens just said make it 25%, not 35%.
Right, and then that will make it a little more mathematically
you could do
realistic.
that, but the NBA has to want that, and right now the NBA is loving the parity.
They are.
So there's a balance here between, is it right to have teams be punished by this? Because the reality is not everybody's deep-pocketed enough to want to pay that tax versus saying, hey, if they're committing, great, it's still going to be a chunk of your cap, but we'll take 10% off.
Watch what happens to OKC's roster in a year. Watch what happens to San Antonio's roster in 2 years.
They have until next summer to make the tweaks before their books are starting.
San Antonio's got Wemby, Castle, and Harper.
Well, they
I know which
Fox
two they're
going to $200 million deal
yes,
right now.
They're going to have to figure out. So it's just, good luck. That's a tough. I'd rather have that problem than the Blazers problem, but it's a tough one to have.
By the way, listener David coming in clutch. He made the AI graphic next to the Trailblazer Championship banner is the We Tried 2026.
We did it, guys. We did it. Hell of an offseason.
God, I hope they make a trade. Just go get Trey Murphy.
Anything, something.
Sadiq Bey.
Anybody.
Something.
Size, shooting, anything. Please. One of the guards gone. Please.
If it's DeMar DeRozan.
Mitty King.
Micah Nori. Is he being set up to fail?
God bless you,
Dude's
bro.
out here. He's trying to grind. He's like, this is how we're going to succeed.
He's my three-point shooter. He's my shooter.
Good luck, man.
Stands 15 feet away from the hoop.
May the force be with you. 7:40, Dirt and Sprague back with more on The Fan. I will say it is hilarious and sad to see the amount of people that are photoshopping famous, well-known American athletes. So this is from one of these tweets. It says, Matt Freese when his country needs him the most, the goalie for USA. And it's Aaron Judge in a goalie uniform.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one right there, Bob. That's a tough one. Not going to live that one down. I had to go through it with Lanning pictures last night. I saw them. Don't worry. I saw them on social media. They were out there.
Lanning, Harden, Aaron Judge. Who are we missing here? There's got to be other people.
All-time playoff chokers.
Just all-time.
Tony Romo was this. Every year he'd get to the playoffs and they'd crap his pants.
Where's Russell Wilson?
Well, Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl. You can't do that to Russ.
Wait, what's his choke? The Super Bowl throw? The interception?
The interception.
Won a Super Bowl
I think if you get one, if you win a World Cup, nobody cares that you blow a lead to Belgium at that
point. It's a dunce moment for sure.
If Dan Lanning has a national championship and then loses 48-0 to Indiana, I don't care.
Still got a ring.
I got a ring. I mean, I care. But I care far less
you be careful
if I already had a ring.
Bud.
If I had a ring, last year would not have hurt.
2028, if they have a natty and then they get absolutely housed by Mario in Miami, you care a lot.
I mean, in that instance, sure. But I would say at least I got one of these things.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's a lot different than not having one of them things.
Oh, God.
Chris Webber?
Chris Webber's a good one. Yeah, the timeout.
Do you buy I don't buy this at all, personally. Do you buy the whole, the Trump FIFA red card overturn? People are like, it motivated Belgium. I'm like, or advancing in the World Cup did and they were better than us? Do you think that's a real thing?
I would give it a percentage. I just don't know what percentage to give it. Is it 1%, 2%?
Okay, so
I have a hard time thinking everything and all the noise over the last 48 hours didn't impact each locker room in some way, shape, or form. Now, it's not the reason you lost the game for the reason you just pointed out. Belgium's better. But yeah, dude, you went from being this Cinderella, fun little, look how this is so enjoyable and happy in Team USA to becoming the villain of the entire tournament in the entire world through the process of the last 24 hours.
But okay, so bear with me here. So play the game because I don't buy it. I really don't. I just think Belgium is that much better than us, and I think we just discovered, we didn't beat anybody of substance on this journey. It was a fun journey. It was a very uniting journey. But we didn't actually beat anybody that was like, oh, my God, can you believe they beat them?
I would equate it more to in the Dream Team when Jordan and Pippen, when they played Tony Kukoc.
Mm-hmm. And they basically bullied him?
I mean, the U.S. was going to win the game. That was never in question.
They made it a point.
They're just like, we're not letting this dude out of jail.
That's totally fine. But
I think you saw that with how they went at Pulisic.
But why would we come? So here's the counter, though.
I just think that's a player thing.
We were playing in our own country. We had a home game yesterday.
Yeah,
that was a home crowd. That was USA. Why would we come out and be affected by it?
I don't know. I'm making the point that I believe in locker room chemistry, and I think something like that does something to the locker room chemistry. Now, what? I don't know. What percentage? I don't know.
On the USA side,
the
Belgium
Belgium side. I don't see it. I'm the opposite. I think
it'd be actually more Belgium coming out pissed, but I don't know why this would affect. Why would this impact USA?
I think whenever you tinker with stuff like that and you change narratives and now you have to answer questions about stuff and you know the team is seeing it and talking about it, I just think it impacts it in some way, shape, or form. I'm not saying it's 80% of the reason they lost. It might be as low as 1%. That was all of the headlines and energy around the team seemed to shift in the last 24 hours. It went from this home soil round of 16, what a fun, energizing team, to this is the ugly side of FIFA that nobody can stand, and thank you for reminding us of that.
Yeah.
It's all corrupt and all about the money. But let's get back to watching football.
It's football season now.
It was like the entire lead up to the tournament was all that, and then we got distracted by the football because it's been great, and it will still continue to be great. That genuinely sucked, man. Everything about it sucked.
Tough for the Parisi, the Steezy, the Nick game, World Cup. Yeah. He's on a real generational run right now of
picking losers,
diving in at the wrong time.
Yeah. You want to take credit for that one? I don't know if that's the one you want to take credit for, because that's the worst game they played in the entire tournament.
I don't think he will be talking about that one at all.
They laid quite an egg last night.
Any champions going to the White House anytime soon? You don't.
It would have actually been. I mean, it's awful. It would have been a little funny if he was like, "You're not invited anyway."
Yeah,
about running 16.
Take the invite back. We didn't even want you
We're
here.
We're pulling the invite.
One of the best tweets of the night last night was Team USA still has a chance if Mike Pence has the courage. It was one of the best tweets of the night.
Someone said he's going to call Infantino of FIFA and say, "Find me 4 more goals."
But, by the way, we woke up today to find out America has won 5-4.
You can be mad about political commentary. If they're going to dive into my world of sports, I'm going to give my thoughts and jokes off.
If you're coming into my world, I'm going into your world, all right?
To my world, Grandpa.
This is the way it works.
We'll get into some football stuff coming up at 8. Nemec's going to join us. The Pac-12 is not going to do a media day. I'm just puzzled by that decision. Their commissioner, I guess, is not wanting to discuss how much media right revenue they're making, which tells me everything I need to know without you saying it. So we'll get into some football stuff. Sean Payton basically wanted to quit coaching for 1 year or quit head coaching for a year to let somebody else be the head coach for a record. Why would you tell a reporter that? This is odd.
I don't know.
Wickersham, I trust.
Yes.
He's one of the best still doing it.
They let him inside for 15 days.
Why would you say this to somebody?
I don't.
I'm going to say what I've been saying for years. Weird dude. That
Sean Payton is a very weird
dude.
Why would you want to do this?
If I'm a Bronco fan, this actually makes me feel a little weird.
If I'm the owner of the Broncos, I'm offended by this. I hired you to be my head coach.
You're not wrong for that.
You're my head coach.
I don't get it either.
Wait,
man.
now you want me to pay another guy for 15 wins?
And also, because you won't get to it on your part, Darren Peterson getting Kobe Bryant looks in Summer League.
Oh, is he? We're getting Summer League already started.
A lot of Kobe comps.
There's the Utah and the California smaller ones.
Huh?
Vegas starts on Thursday.
Wait, what do you mean? There's a Utah and a California one?
Teams playing in
Summer
Golden
League.
State and Utah.
Yeah.
Not everybody plays in Vegas.
Not everybody plays.
It's a
smaller.
select
The
teams.
California Showcase, and I don't know what they call the Utah one.
But like Cam Boozer's played too. Cam Boozer's having a nice little summer
Is
league.
he?
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. Why doesn't everybody play in Vegas in one Summer League?
Well, they do.
I think Vegas they're required to play in by the league.
So some teams just choose to play more.
But then there's some extra ones.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we playing in the California
No, we are
Classic?
not.
No, we play in Vegas.
Did we not get
Why
invited
would
to the
we be
California?
invited? Who are we featuring?
I
Young
don't know.
Hansen?
Is it on television?
It is.
Ours
Yeah.
will be, yeah.
Oh,
ESPN.
okay.
Oh, these
no,
games,
there was
yeah, these
ESPN
games, yeah.
stuff last
Okay.
night.
I watched
I'm
Darren
getting
Peterson.
attacked right. I'm just asking questions.
You're asking dumb questions.
None of these make sense.
Dumb questions by you.
I can't wait to watch Young Hansen in Summer League. I'm really excited.
If Rob Will misses like 63 games this year.
We signed another center just in case. Yeah,
You're
don't
right,
worry
we
though.
did.
Young
Carlson.
Hansen's not going to play this year.
White Carlson.
We signed a White Carlson.
We did. Sports coverage on the Fan is presented by Xfinity. Score the most reliable Wi-Fi, one price, 5 years guaranteed. Xfinity, imagine that. Mail Sack Tuesday, we'll get to that coming up in the final hour, brought to you by Sparta TRT. So get those Mail Sack questions in at 503-864-6326. We start the third hour. We'll get into some football stuff, and we'll talk Oregon State with Andrew Nemec coming up next, hour 3 on 105.1 The Fan.
It's time for Who's Stinking It Up?
Do not go in there.
A sports lowlight, ripped from the headlines.
We couldn't do diddly poo.
Brought to you by Three Mountains Home Services. Schedule your appointment online at threemountainshomservices.com.
Richards beaten out of the air. Freeze has got to get there and deal with it. He takes it down off the chest to Ketelar, knocks it away. Tim Ream can't block it.
John Strong, Fox Sports on the call there. That was a rough day for Team USA, in particular goalkeeper Matt Freese. He Young-Wei Ku'd it. He kicked the ground instead of the ball. Belgium stole it, booted it past, and Belgium defeats America in the World Cup, advancing to the Elite Eight 4-1.
I've been watching sports my entire life. Considering time, place, moment, situation, circumstance, that's one of the 5 worst plays I've ever seen.
What's a worst moment to happen? Brett Boone whiffing in a home run derby or that? It has to be that, probably,
Has to be
right,
that
for
because
World
it's a World Cup. But Brett Boone swinging and missing is an all-timer.
That's pretty bad, dude. Do you like your loins wet and moisty? If you don't, you need your AC working, right? It's a little hot. It's a little high temp. That humidity sucks. Get the AC tuned up. Three Mountains Home Services is bringing you Stinking It Up, and they want to make sure your AC is working smoothly. They have tune-up specials for just $89. Three Mountains certified techs ready to help you beat the heat. Book your appointment today, threemountainshomservices.com.
Hey everybody, Sprague here. Is your AC keeping your home cool? My friends at Three Mountains Home Services are experts when it comes to air conditioning. Annual maintenance helps extend the lifespan of your AC and keeps it running smoothly all summer long. They examine my AC unit, and I highly recommend they examine yours. When you call Three Mountains Home Services, they'll send a certified tech out to tune up your AC for just $89, because the last thing you want this summer is your system to break down. Call Three Mountains Home Services for your $89 AC tune-up or schedule at threemountainshomservices.com. CCB number 169499.
The new home of the Portland Timbers is the Fan Sports Network.
Glasser will serve it in. Gage Garrett's header, and the Timbers have found an equalizer.
Every goal, every match of the MLS season. on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM, 1080 AM. The Fan, with select games on our sister station, 94.7 Alternative Portland, the Portland Timbers, and the Fan Sports Network.
Reyka Vodka. In Iceland, we take some of nature's wonders and distill them into a one-of-a-kind vodka. Every bottle of Reyka Vodka starts with Icelandic spring water, naturally filtered through 4,000-year-old lava rocks. That pure water and lava rock filtration are what give Reyka Vodka its crisp, clean taste and remarkably smooth finish. Very delicious in a vodka soda, a mule, or a martini, and very delicious in the warm season. This summer, cool down the Icelandic way with Reyka Vodka. Reyka Vodka imported by William Grant & Sons Incorporated, New York, New York. Please drink responsibly. Reyka Vodka.
From Warren Allen, Attorneys at Law, I'm George McCoy, and summer is here. Boy, oh boy. It's one of my favorite times of year, but the roads are still tricky. You're not in the clear. There's more teen drivers and bikers, more road construction, and hikers. A lot to avoid, and a lot that will leave you annoyed. Accidents happen, that much is true. Just like insurance companies offer low, when they do. If an accident leaves you injured and missing work, and the insurance companies are acting like jerks, don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
Heat up your 4th of July at the Home Depot with our wide variety of grills under $300 and make every gathering one to remember. Give your outdoor space a glow up, whatever your budget is, with savings on seasonal plants starting at $5. With the grill fired up and your backyard set to perfection, you'll be able to invite friends and family over to kick off the party. Start celebrating with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Prices may vary by store. Exclusions apply. See HomeDepot.com/price match for details.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks in Portland. KRSK Portland. KRSK FM HD1, Malala, Oregon. And Odyssey Sports Station. Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the World Cup party ending early for one of the hosts. The United States sent packing Monday evening by Belgium, a 4-1 rout of Team USA after the Americans played their worst game of the tournament. Belgium now moves on to face Spain in the quarterfinals. Spaniards got a goal in stoppage time to beat their rival Portugal 1-0, ending Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup career. Final round of 16 matches today at the World Cup. 9 a.m. kickoff between Argentina and Egypt in Atlanta. At 1 o'clock this afternoon in Vancouver, BC, Switzerland takes on Colombia. Both those games on Fox 12 Oregon. Quarterfinal action at Wimbledon this morning in the men's draw. Top seed Jannik Sinner, a straight set winner over Jan-Lennard Struff of Germany. In the women's draw, Coco Gauff wins the second and third sets to beat fellow American Jessica Pegula. She will face the winner of the Naomi Osaka-Carolina Muchova match about to begin. I'm Jason Swigart at George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the
Hey, welcome back in. Hour number 3. Dirt and Sprague here, Portland Sports Leader, 105.1 FM, The Fan, 1080 AM, the Odyssey app. Live on YouTube. Good morning, everybody. The band is back together. It's good to have everybody back in the fold. The July The month of July is almost halfway over. I don't know what the hell's happening, but time's flying, and we are getting closer and closer, ladies and gentlemen.
It's the 7th. What do you mean it's halfway over?
We're halfway to halfway, and then it's over.
I guess.
And then you know what's here?
Well, it's already here.
August. And
we got football stuff to talk about.
You know what happens? A month from yesterday, you know what we get? A month. Did you talk about this on the show yesterday? Please tell me you did.
Absolutely.
Please tell me you did.
Yeah, dude.
We were a month away yesterday from the Hall of Fame game.
Absolutely.
That we're all going to watch the entire first half
I will
of.
watch the beginning of it.
Right? We all will. You just want to see it on your TV.
I want to hear the theme music.
Yeah.
I want to see the helmets.
Give me the jerseys and logos.
Then I'll see Desmond Ritter, and I'll be like, see you later.
Click. Let's watch something else on TV. But also, college football closer and closer. Media days are starting.
Who is the Hall of Fame game this year?
That's a good question. I actually had the tweet, and then I'll have to go find it. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But we are closer to the start of college football. Big 12 media days are happening today. Big 10's right around the corner. Who do we get? Who's the Hall of Fame game? Tell me it's a good game. I'm watching either way, so I don't care. None of them are good games.
I think I have found a way you won't watch.
I'm watching. But what is it? Give it to me. Let me guess. Panthers involved?
Holy crap.
I mean, the Panthers are, if you just think of teams you don't want to watch, Panthers are in the category.
Yeah.
Browns.
Mm-mm.
Dang it.
You're close.
Oh,
even more forgettable.
Even more Cardinals? It's the Panthers and the Cardinals. This is a Hall of Fame game? God, that's bad. Hey, what's his nuts? Miami quarterback Carson Beck. Is Carson Beck Hall of Fame game?
Has he signed his contract yet?
I don't know. That's a good question. Let's talk some college football recruiting. Back to more positive notes. Oregon pushing for the number one class in the country. Oregon State on a nice run.
Yeah.
And joining us now is our good buddy Andrew Nimick at Andrew Nimick on Twitter. The Substack, the West Coast Bias Recruiting Substack. You can go check out where he covers recruiting for all the Northwest schools and on the West Coast. Nimick, good morning to you. What is with Oregon fans' spring freak out over recruiting rankings, and then it feels like every year all of those fears go out the window by some date or another when Oregon gets on a heater, which it appears that they're on right now?
I don't know. Official visits happen in June every year. It seems like Oregon kind of stacks the deck and gets ready and gets their top guys on campus. This was the same thing for Oregon State. It's a game plan for everybody, top to bottom, and so that's kind of why I found the whole thing silly. They were in the mix for a number of big-time recruits, and everything looked very, very positive. So the noise that, like, what's going on? Why are they fifth in the Big 12 or Big 10? It's like, well, they're in the mix for 7 5-stars. So we'll see. They're probably not going to get all of them, but even if they get half of them, they're in pretty good shape. So I never really understood it, but I think coming off a season in which you get blown out in a playoff game, I think there's some hand-wringing and some nervousness, like, is this thing slipping away? And no, it's business as usual. Oregon's going to sign a top 5 class, and only one team can win it at the end of the year. And so far that hasn't been Oregon, and until it is, people are going to continue to call them off-season champs, but they continue to be at the very least off-season champs and on-field a top 4 team in the country.
Right. Dan Lanning's recruited pretty well since he's been there, and he's trying to get that number 1 spot. I know some sites have him 2 or 3, just depending, I guess, where you check. But being within, like, striking distance, he knows it as well as anybody in that sport that's doing it. Like, you got to have the Jimmies and the Joes. Have we learned anything from the way he's recruited the last 2 years from his run early on so far at Oregon, or has it just continue to be scoop up as many 5-stars? There's it feels like the receiver position, for example, is an area that's grown a little bit the last year and a half. I don't know if I'm misreading that, but is there any takeaways for you with Dan Lanning from where he was year 1 as the coach to where he's at now, sitting at number 3?
I mean, I think he's evolving. I think their approach is evolving. They've dominated the West region for a number of years. I know a few years ago they had the number 1 prospect in Oregon, Washington, Nevada, Arizona, California. They wanted to, I think it was 7 West states, they had the number 1 player. So they want to do a great job, and everybody does, but they prioritize doing a really good job in the West region, getting big-time athletes on the West Coast, and then finding players and not being intimidated about going and getting elite program-altering players in other states. They did it this year with Michigan, with Tennessee, with New Jersey. It's really Oklahoma is another state where they went and got. Those are big-time states. Oklahoma, turns out, has the Sooners, and Texas is there, and they're getting 5-star guys from these places. They might, in the next, on Saturday, land one of the top linebackers in the country out of Ohio, Braden Feaster, who's down to Oregon and Georgia. So we're seeing this group is not intimidated to go nationally, to go into the South, to go into some of the hotbeds of the Big Ten schools, beating people out in Pennsylvania, beating people out in Michigan for top kids. So that's huge. The other thing we're learning is that this staff is now understanding NIL, and I think they're doing a great job of that, balancing. If you're going to go get 3, 4, 5 stars, you're probably going to have to take a flyer on a 3-star kid with some upside, and I think they've done that a couple different times in this class. Achilles Reyna is a 3-star defensive tackle commitment out of Washington. The dude's a 6'8" basketball recruit who's played football for like 18 months, and he's really impressive. He's got a ton of offers. He's really raw. It's going to take time, but maybe that's a kid in NIL world you don't have to pay quite as much. And if you take a haircut on a kid like that, it gives you more wiggle room to go stack 3 or 4 or 5-star guys. So I think they're doing a really nice job of balancing that. You can't get 25 stars anymore, and you'll see that 5-star recruits are all spread out. It's not just, the Oregons and Texas Techs of the world each get 12. They can't afford to. You have to hand pick where you want them and then really do well at the bottom end of your class, shooting it upside. And I think they're managing that about as well as anybody in the country.
Yeah, we're talking with Andrew Nimick, West Coast Bias Recruiting Substack and podcast. Go check it out and subscribe at Andrew Nimick on Twitter. I do want to ask you about Oregon State because you've had some good reporting on them and kind of the inroads that they've made, especially here locally in recruiting. But last one, I'm just curious on Oregon. They've been on this kind of run here the last handful of days. So who are the latest commitments that they've got, culminating in a 5-star receiver at the end of last week, and then this idea of finishing with the number 1 class? What's still out there, and what are the names that Duck fans need to keep an eye on of maybe commitments to come? I know you mentioned one, but how many more here are on the horizon?
Well, I think they're pretty close to done. They have 24 commitments. That's a big class for Oregon. They always save a little wiggle room to flip a kid potentially, or to land a late riser, a senior that just comes out of nowhere, but is maybe a 3-star kid who suddenly the recruiting rankings go, hey, this is maybe a top 100 kid in the country. They put themselves in a position to go after 1 or 2 of those, but generally, recruiting is pretty much done by now. I know that's weird for folks, but ever since they moved official visits up to spring instead of the fall, most of the kids are committed. In fact, I think 96 of the top 100 kids in the country are already committed. So there's just not much more wiggle room to go. I mentioned Braden Feaster, who's a really talented linebacker. That's an Oregon versus Georgia battle. And Kirby Smart really wants him. He's pulled no punches. I've got a story coming out later today that Oregon, as far as I've heard, it's tough to poke holes in Oregon as a developer. But I have heard that they are being negatively recruited at linebacker, specifically by Kirby Smart, that he's taken shots at landing. So they really want Braden Feaster, and I think he's going to end up being a Duck. In terms of big commitments they've gotten in the last few days, keep in mind 12 commitments since June 1st. The biggest name on the board for him, landing Hayden Stepp and Xavier Sabb is just absolutely massive. Hayden Stepp, 6'3.5" corner from Bishop Gorman. Not only is that a pipeline state, not only is that a state that Oregon used to struggle in and now dominates, but Hayden Stepp played alongside true freshman Jet Washington, who's a 5-star recruit in this year's class. So they're repairing the best secondary in the country last year with Hayden Stepp and Jet Washington. They also got Xavier Sabb, who's out of New Jersey, Glassboro. He's a 5-star athlete, just dominant. He played running back in the Under Armour All-American game, kind of just to try it. He's that good an athlete, but he's actually a kid who's a receiver. He pairs with Dakota Grant for probably the best receiving core in the history of the program in one class. And then Tay Walden is a two-way athlete who had a bunch of different options, most of the SEC, most of the Big Ten. He's a kid that people say would be a top 60 recruit, whether he was ranked as a corner or wide receiver. What an absolute luxury. If it doesn't work on one side of the ball, hey, your route running is kind of weird, go play corner. Hey, your hands aren't great, go play corner. Or, hey, you're a great corner, you're picking off a lot of passes, we could use you at receiver. He's that level of athlete. So it was a really nice end, particularly at the beginning of July there.
Oregon State seems to be on a nice little run. They it felt like a week straight. It just felt like I kept seeing news pop up, and you were writing about what they've been doing. I'm really curious because we've heard stuff with some of these showcases that Shepherd goes in there and he's pretty authentic to who he is, and he doesn't care if you see him or hear him screaming at players and getting in their face and challenge them a little bit. I'm just curious what you make of the new approach, the new staff, and the way they're recruiting versus what the previous staff had done under Bray.
Well, they're doing a really nice job with in-state recruiting, and I think that's really important. When you talk to the Westlands and Central Catholics of the world, they're quick to point out that this staff is very present, and they know the coaches. They know their names. They've gotten to know who those people are. And not only that, they've done a good job as far as I can tell, because there are coaches who are blowhards. There are coaches who are really old school who don't necessarily know, even though they're good high school coaches, they don't necessarily know recruiting particularly well. They've weeded that out pretty well. And some of the coaches that I rely on for my info for what's going on, who's developing, who looks good. It turns out those are some of the coaches that Oregon State has quickly discovered are good sources of information as well, and those are some of their main people that they're talking to. So that's a good sign. I think on the recruiting trail, they also were unafraid to go and battle some folks for quality prospects. They beat out Michigan for Thaddeus Thatcher, a 3-star quarterback out of Nevada with a lot of upside. And that was an interesting one. Thatcher was set to commit to Michigan in mid-April. They kind of surprised him by taking another quarterback and said, hey, we're going to take your commitment too. We'll take 2 of them. They already have Bryce Underwood, who's a mega recruit, a young player that was the number 1 player in the country a couple years back or last year. So he kind of reassessed his board, and Oregon State made him a priority and said, we're not taking 2. You're our guy. And it was head-to-head Oregon State, Michigan down to the end. I'm told money was the same, if not Michigan having maybe a little bit of an edge there. And Oregon State just won that battle. James Finley, a former Oregon receiver, is their wide receiver coach. He's got his hooks in California. They landed a couple really good players, including Landon White out of Southern California. Landon White had almost 30 scholarship offers. So again, being really unafraid, being really authentic to themselves, to your point on the recruiting trail as well, not just at camps. And so far, it's working very well. Do I think it's a top 25 class? Not a chance, but I think it's a really good foundational piece that can eventually lead to them, if they have success on the field, eventually having top 35, top 30 recruiting classes nationally. It's going to be a stepping stone. This is a program that really, really struggled, not that anybody needs a reminder, last year in the fall. And that feels like 3 years ago with the way that they've distanced themselves from that and put in some positive steps here.
Yeah, but reading all this stuff from you about how bad their last staff was at recruiting, that's got to be the music to the ears of Oregon State fans of like, that's Jimmy's and Joe's is how it starts, man. You got to go start finding those guys and then start building from there. How should Washington fan feel about their class? I mean, there was a moment in the spring where it looked like they were in the top 15 and their, writers are bragging about how look where our class is. We're ahead of Oregon, and now it looks like they're near the back end of the top 25. I know they picked up an offensive lineman last week, but the overall rating per commit doesn't seem to be as strong as some of the other Big Ten teams. Just if you were a Husky fan, how would you feel about Jed Fish's efforts in recruiting year going into year 3?
So that's a really good question. I think they're doing. You must do this for a living.
Hey, look at that!
I always hate that when I ask a good question and then somebody says that to me. I don't know why I did that to you, but yeah, it's a great question.
Thank you.
Washington's doing a great job with in-state recruiting, and they can really bang their chest about that. They went head-to-head with Oregon last year for 5-star offensive tackle Cody Green. Now he was at Mater Dei for his last couple years of high school, but he grew up in Washington. He was a Washington kid. And they went and beat Oregon for him. Jacoba Doyle is the offensive lineman you mentioned. That was another one. Oregon had him higher on their board than one of their eventual takes, and it just turned out that they felt they were going to lose him to Washington in another head-to-head battle. Do I think that Washington's recruiting better than Oregon? No. And I don't think Washington staff thinks they're recruiting better than Oregon. But they are now able to go head-to-head, especially for kids in the state of Washington with Oregon, and pull out a victory here and there. And I think that's a good sign for them. In general, we need to have an honest conversation about Washington. And I'm not trying to be a jerk about it, but the vibes are terrible right now. And I think the staff's doing a great job. But you've got a head coach who maybe wants to leave or just kind of perpetually wants to leave wherever he's at. They had to sue their quarterback to come back. People can say whatever they want about Oregon and their history with players and retention and transfers and whatever they want to say. But Peyton Pritchard, Sabrina Ionescu, Dante Moore, Marcus Mariota are all superstar athletes who had monster junior seasons who elected on their own to come back. At Washington, they had to sue their star quarterback to come back. That's never a good sign. And I think in terms of out-of-state recruiting, Washington has to deal with the fact that people are going to say, dude, their head coach wants to leave, and their quarterback tried to leave, and they made him stay. And so I think, yes, there was momentum. I think they did a decent job. It's right on the edge of a top 25 class, and it's a great class for in-state recruiting. They leave a lot to be desired right now in terms of their messaging out of state, not on the recruiting trail, but just, again, vibes check and how easy it is to recruit against a program that had to sue their quarterback to come back. I just can't emphasize that enough. It's a bad look in the transfer era where kids are like, well, what if I don't like it and I want to leave? Somebody can be like, hey, they might sue you. They did it to their stud. So
told him to go to his room and shut up.
Yeah, that's right.
Pac-12 not going to do a media day, and we're pretty accustomed to Pac-12 media days in the past. Pac-10 media days, I know the conference is relaunching, and it's a new one, but just your thoughts. We're probably going to talk about it after we get off the horn with you. I think it's a bad look. Where are you at on it?
You know what? I think the Pac-12 has done a phenomenal job largely when it comes to a rebrand. This is not an easy thing to do, to develop as a group of six and negotiate a media rights deal that by all accounts was underwhelming. At least that's what I've heard behind the scenes. But I think the last couple of weeks have been a couple of pretty giant missteps for Teresa Gould and the Pac-12 to say it's inappropriate to release media numbers. We do this. We all talk about this, right? We talk about the ratings for the World Cup and how much Fox paid for the World Cup and the ratings for the Super Bowl and how much somebody paid for the Super Bowl. I mean, this is what we do. This is part of sports, is we talk about how much schools are getting paid and what the goal is with their TV rights deal. It's sort of part of the way that we discuss the importance of sports these days. So to say it's inappropriate just didn't ring true at all. It just was so obvious. It's like, everyone says their numbers. You got to bite the bullet and say your number, even if you're disappointed in that number. And I thought that was disingenuous, and I thought it was the first time I ever went, oh, I thought they were kind of rebranding as not small potatoes, but this is like garage sale level stuff instead of a big business. Like, why are you not saying what your number? You guys decide what the number is. It just seems weird. And then to not have a Pac-12 media day, again, every conference has a media day. You have to have one, and you have to have one because it's an opportunity to sell yourself, and it's an opportunity to sell your brand and sell your athletes. It's an opportunity for the media. You're saying, media, come here, cover our athletes, and you're hoping to catch eyes, and they go, you know what, that kid's a really cool story, or that kid's really well spoken. I'm going to watch them on Saturday night when there's nothing else going on at the 7 p.m. game on the West Coast. I want to tune in and see what that kid's got. Instead, you just kind of punt on that opportunity. I think they've largely done a great job. This last, call it week and a half, is the first time I've seen big missteps, and to me, they're gigantic missteps. We realize that we're not where we want to be, and instead of just kind of being loud and proud about who we are, we're going to kind of hide. And I just think that's terribly disappointing.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Andrew Nimick, go check out the Substack, West Coast Bias Recruiting, the West Coast Bias Podcast. Give him a follow on Twitter, at Andrew Nimick. Nobody better covering West Coast recruiting, up and down, in particular for Oregon and Oregon State. Thanks as always for the time, Nimick. Let's do it again soon.
Sure.
There you go. Andrew Nimick. Sure.
Sure.
And he was a little intimidated by my good question. I think I threw him off with how good my questions were. Do you like that? You like that heat? Huh? Step up your questions over there, all right?
Is there a little bit of a competition in an interview when someone goes, oh, it's a good question? Damn it. Mine was a good question.
Let's talk about it, shall we? Recruiting is good. Positive on both fronts there.
Sure.
Check the box.
Yeah.
Oregon and Oregon State doing what they need to do. We're not going to know the number, and you don't want to tell anybody about your product. Bad look. Next on The Fan.
From the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, Belgium did it right Monday night in Seattle, knocking out the host United States in emphatic fashion, 4-1. The Americans playing their worst game of the tournament, failing to advance out of the round of 16 for the fourth time in the last 5 World Cups. Belgium will take on Spain, who got their only goal in stoppage time to beat rival Portugal 1-0. Final round of 16 matches today at the World Cup. 9 o'clock this morning in Atlanta, Argentina faces Egypt. Then at 1 o'clock in Vancouver, BC, Switzerland takes on Colombia. Those games on Fox 12 Oregon. Quarterfinal action at Wimbledon this morning. In the women's draw, Naomi Osaka taking on Karolina Muchova right now, tied 2-2 in the first set. The winner will face Coco Gauff in the semifinals. She outlasted fellow American Jessica Pegula in 3 sets. Jason Swigart from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the
All right, we'll jump into the NFL coming up in a little bit. Don't forget, Millsack, top of the hour. Your questions welcome, 503-864-6326.
Let's go!
Fire them off. Your Sparta TRT Millsack. Always a delight on a Tuesday. Great to come back from a long weekend and jump right into the Millsack. I can't wait. Send your questions in. We'll answer them coming up 30 minutes from now. On the heels of your conference, the old Pac-12, announcing, you know what, it's none of your beeswax how much money we're going to make in our TV deal, all right? Why don't you go follow a different lead here? That's none of your information. They then announce, as the Big 12 is beginning their media days today, I think it's a 3-day event, at least a 2-day event, I know that, in Frisco, Texas. Big 12 media days always start us off. The Pac-12 has announced that they will not be partaking in media days. One of the quotes in the story was on Front Office Sports. Came from Rick Hart, who is the senior VP and deputy commissioner. Mm-hmm. He said, those things are expensive. You get a little buzz, and then it all goes away. A lot of static around that time. What do they even mean? And then simply adding that they plan on taking the funds that they would have spent for a conference media day and using it for promotional events throughout the football season. What does that mean? Nobody knows. But what's the reaction to year one of the conference and in its new look, iteration, and form, saying we don't want to get the word out about our brand and about our teams?
Broke boys.
Yeah.
I don't know how there's not another takeaway. I've already seen some of the pushback, counteract, Oregon State fan stuff of like, yeah, well, it's garnering attention just being talked about, not getting it, so there's no point in having it. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, it's good to be talked about, but this isn't about being talked about per se as much as it is like a celebration that your season's upcoming.
Here are our coaches. Here are our players.
The players, you get to highlight them. You allow them like, hey, this is why this year we're going to take a step and be improved. And then you generate conversation. Hey, is this team really going to be good? Not that we dive into the full landscape of the conference, but Wazoo, Oregon State, Boise State are pretty, 2 of those are in our old conference that was, and then you have one that's pretty a thorn in the side of Oregon and Oregon State and the national college football landscape in general. So, I mean, you can paint it however you want to paint it. I think it's a disaster. I think it's an utter mistake, and this tells me you're absolutely broke. And I've already kind of been feeling this way for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Since they, proclaimed that they got this war chest of funds, and then we proceed to not watch them really spend it the way we thought they would. You pair that with the media rights stuff. I think this conference is pretty much telling us without telling us we're broke and we don't make a lot of money, and we're going to conserve as much of this as we possibly can. And it's their choice. If they don't want to do a media day, so be it. But I think that's a grave mistake. There was nothing funnier last year, maybe in all of the media days, than the smoking jacket on the Cougar.
They did the Ducks
on
and
the couch.
Beavs and Cougs after dark in Las Vegas. Come have a cocktail hour.
You can laugh at it. We
it was hilarious.
joked about it, but it was
Yes.
hilarious, and
Yes.
it was worth being taught. I still have the photos on my phone. They're great.
They actively invited every media member who I think they did it right on the heels of the Big 12, if I'm not wrong. And they basically sent memos to all those reporters like, "Come on up to Vegas."
And they got all of them to show
and
up.
a lot of them showed up and had some fun with it.
You got to be creative. You got to stand out. And yeah, you want to get a team ultimately in the playoff, and you very well could. But I think there's a massive mistake. Media days are not the most important thing for a conference. But damn it if it's not a fun reminder that college football is right around the corner, camp is right around the corner, and all these fan bases are going to be jacked out of their minds about watching their team this season. You don't have that now. Now Oregon State has to create their own media day.
Right.
And say,
you're going to
hey,
get your local scribes to go down, but nothing outside of your bubble.
You come to Valley Football Center, and Shepherd will have fun with you. It's fine. You did that anyway in the past. You'd have your own team media day and your regular conference media day. I think it's a big mistake.
Yeah, I'm glad you pointed out last year's event because that was going to be something I noted of. You did something last year because you clearly understood the interest in it, and I thought it worked for you. I remember that. There's not much that I remember from media days outside of Oregon-related or Big Ten-related stuff at this point. But that one I remember that was hilarious. And they were sitting up having a cocktail hour, and to your point, the Cougar in the coat, the velvet coat, sitting down. That ended up being a nice talking point for you. It's not the end-all, be-all. You can survive as a conference. This isn't going to limit their ability to get a team into the college football playoff. But I feel like at times the people who are defending this kind of stuff are conflating two different points. It's just about the idea of this is a massive year for the new look conference. You went from not basically existing over the last 2 years to now re-existing again in a new form. And some excitement of all right, a normalcy, especially if I would hope from Oregon State and Washington State fans, it's not what it was. It probably will never be what it was again. But guess what you have this year? You got a conference schedule.
Yeah.
Guess what you have this year? A conference champion. Yep. And that conference champion will have a decent shot at making the college football playoff because last year James bleeping Madison got in. And so there just seems to be, at least in that regard, Oregon State's got a new coach. There seems to be some enthusiasm about that.
They're also doing their schedule thing different. Remember, at the end of the year, they make the
go
two
tout
teams.
That. Here's what we're doing. We're trying new things, and this is how we're going to stand out. And why you would turn down the opportunity to showcase some of your players and programs and the optimism. Like a lot of the media day stuff you roll your eyes at. Every coach says we're going to be great. This is we're lining up to win 11 games, and then you're going to get fired week 5.
Sure.
I know that's how the way it's going to work, but to your larger point, I love media days because it is a reminder of, dude, we're 7 Saturdays away from college football. It is almost here. Mm-hmm. And media days, it's kind of like the Hall of Fame game in the NFL. When you get the Hall of Fame game, you're like, ooh, I'm not going to watch a lot of preseason football, but I know that NFL football is right around the corner on my calendar.
Yep.
That's the way I view media days, man. And it's a way to just kind of, oh, that's right. That guy went there. Oh, that's right. He's their coach. And kind of refresh yourself going into the season. It's a really bad look to not want to publicize how much money you're making as a conference. It makes it look like a ridiculously low number that you're not out, beating your chest and bragging about how much you're making.
Oh, make no mistake,
right?
Dirt.
It's bad. If that's the case,
if that your stance is
bad,
I can't
dude.
tell you, it's none of your business.
It's a disaster.
Your number is under double digits.
Yes, it's in the single digits, which is not good. And now to add this on top of it, I mean, I thought they're the only conference that's not doing it. Like the MAC does a media day, the American Conference does a media day, the Sun Belt does a media. Literally all of them can find a way to afford it. None of them have rich TV contracts. You don't have to go to Vegas and buy everybody caviar if you don't want to do that.
Yep.
Just find a way to get the messaging out and pump up your product. If you want to, 3 years from now, Boise's made a playoff, Oregon State's got their footing, Fresno State's, whatever the storylines are. 3 years from now, you want to turn around and say, guys, we're not making a lot of money. I don't know if it's worth it. I'm still going to disagree with the stance, but at least it'll make a little more sense on merit. For right now, year 1 of your new look conference, it's just, it's a swing and a miss at a pitch that's right down the plate that you have no business swinging and missing on because it's just an opportunity to showcase your conference. I did wonder in the aftermath of this, I don't think the other conferences would do it if they're all willing to pay and the Pac-12's not. But if I were one of the commissioners, I would reach out to the other conferences and say, what do we have to do and where could a location be that we have a group of whatever media day where we get the conferences to come together in one big situation where we can pool the resources because our TV contracts aren't what they are for the other conferences, and you'd have a decent shot at getting more reporters in because it's not just one specific conference.
Oh, you mean like a huge,
like a group of 6 media day? Like here's the MAC over here. Here, this wing's the Pac-12, and this wing's the MAC. And that's fine. Maybe you are, but I'm just thinking of ways that you can financially make this more reasonable. Really bad look for the Pac-12.
But like
a week after the conference began.
Hang with me here. If you're not going to spend the money for this, what are you going to spend it on?
They're saying for promotional events in the fall. I don't know what that means.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Because promotional event is literally what we're talking about.
This is the most promotional event you can
literally
have.
is a promotional event for the whole conference. Promotional event per team is a different thing. But like promotional event, this is as promotional as you get for an entire conference. What an idiotic statement.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Rough look for the Pac-12. The conference just came into its new iteration last week, and their first 2 headlines are, you don't know how much money we make, you're never going to know, and we're not having a meeting.
The only thing I wish, it reminds me a little of it's like Blazer conversation in some ways. I wish we could just call balls and strikes. I don't know why we need to get in this weird world of people pretending something is great when it's not, or it's not a big deal when it is. Like, that's what I feel like we're going to kind of get out of some of this is you're going to get Cougar fan and Beaver fan, and they're going to tell you, oh, it's no big deal. Who cares? Who cares? You never cared anyway. Why do we care now? Like,
I mean, we've sent somebody to media days every year. Sometimes more people than not, but but now it's a little bit different than Big Ten, but sure.
And we'll never send anybody to a Pac-12 media day. To me, it's not about that, though. It's just about, like, just say that, like, this is dumb. Just do it. Just spend the money.
It's dumb.
Have it. Celebrate your conference, your first year. I mean, that's the thing that bothers me, I think, the most. It's like, I wouldn't want you to get rid of it in general. It'd be very odd to not have it year 2 and then
have one in year 1 or,
It's year 1.
It's year 1.
You were a 2-team conference, still calling yourselves the Pac-12 last year with like a makeshift weird alliance to another conference. It was very odd. Then you got sued by the conference you had a partnership with.
Because you poached their teams.
Because you poached teams. And then like now you're trying to deny it. I don't know. The whole thing is odd to me. But like it's year freaking 1.
Let's go.
What are you waiting for your promotional event? This is the promotional event.
Am I going to get like a pregame concert on the CW before one of the games?
I'd rather you just come out and tell me the truth. We're broke as crap, and we don't have a lot of money. We can't afford it. But that can't be the case either. They have to have some money to be able to hold a media day.
Is Ashanti coming to play Corvallis too? Promotional event?
I mean, if she wants to get on a bird and land in Corvallis and get out of there, let her do it. Whatever. There's got to be, have it at the Oregon State Fair.
Anywhere,
for God's
dude.
sakes.
Have it at the Oregon Convention Center.
It's very odd to me in your first year to punt on it, and then when somebody follows up and goes, why? Like, because we're saving our money for a promotional event.
Other promotional events.
Isn't this literally a promotional event?
Hard to get more promotional than this, but Pac-12 disagrees. We have a poll question up at Dirt and Sprague on Twitter. Is it a mistake for the Pac-12 to not have a media day for their upcoming football season? Yes or no? Very simple one. You can go vote.
You cannot be voting no on that. I will fundamentally disagree. You cannot be voting. Call balls and strikes.
We have a 25.9% vote right now saying no, it's not a bad idea.
Okay, all right. Then what do you want? I don't
They
get
want
it.
Ashanti, raising the loaf in Research Stadium. That's what I want to promote.
Okay.
Let's get to some NFL stuff. This is really weird behavior. Why would anybody want to do this? We'll dive into it in the NFL next on The Fan. Well, we got the mail sack coming up top of the hour. We've been taking shots at everybody today, dude. Team USA sucks again. The Blazers are boring and didn't do anything cool.
Pulisic.
What's up with the Pac-12 being stupid? Can I get a positive story out here somewhere?
I got a positive story.
You got an uplifting one? You can be a positive Patty for me today?
We have an NFL head coach that wants to sit in the corner in a chair and watch another head coach do it with his team.
Oh, what do they call those chairs again? I can't remember.
Third-party observation chair.
They have a pineapple on their front porch. This one's, dude, all-time wild. All-time wild. This is one of the most, what? Make it make sense. It's real.
Why would this be real? Why would you even tell anybody this?
Let's kind of parcel. Let's see if we can figure it out, okay? So Seth Wickersham, who writes for ESPN, when Wickersham has something on your team, just get ready, okay? Put your seatbelt on. Something chaotic. Like we had the end of the Seahawk dynasty there. Didn't he have a big one on the Brady Belichick stuff at the end of Brady Belichick in New England? Like that was a massive one. So there's been some of these over the years, right? And now we have one out of Denver where this came out. So he followed the Broncos throughout the course of the playoffs. Wickersham was. He was in their locker room following them. And in following them, somehow the tidbit got brought to him, according to Sean Payton, that when Bill Belichick and the Patriots divorced in 2024, so we had the splitting of the sweatshirt and the Patriots, Sean Payton considered presenting Broncos owner Greg Penner a proposal saying you go hire Bill Belichick technically as the head coach until he reaches 15 more wins, which is what he needed to break Don Shula's all-time record. I will temporarily step down and be the assistant head coach and just run the offense. And then once Belichick hits 15 wins, I will step back in and become the head coach. In the end, it was too complicated, but he thought that in his own head was a good idea to present to the owner of the team. Let this guy be the head coach. I'll take a back seat. None of this makes sense to me.
Also should be noted, Wickersham was with him during the playoffs, and as he notes in the story, 16-hour days. So, I'm just wondering if Peyton got a little loopy by the end of one of these points.
After one of these, that's the best example, reasoning we can come up with.
I've said this before, man. These guys are all psychotic individuals who don't live real lives. Their lives are just grinding tape and being in a facility. What do you even do for 16 hours? How many times can you rewind a play?
Look at that A gap.
Yeah.
Look at that
I didn't notice the B gap here.
Oh, look at that B gap.
The C gap's looking pretty tasty
Did
here.
you check that other C gap, though?
8 hours should be good. No, we got to do it for 16 because that's going to make or break everything.
Got to be efficient, man.
All jokes aside, I don't know why you would do this. And also, I love the idea, no matter how close you are relationship-wise, I love the idea that he has Belichick getting 15 wins with the Broncos.
How long is that going to take?
And then just has Belichick riding off into the sunset, and then he comes in and he goes, all right, I'm coach again. None of this makes any sense.
Who's in charge in the locker room?
Belichick.
Who has the final voice?
Belichick.
Who makes the play call, roster decision?
It's Belichick.
Starting and sitting.
He has him winning 15 games with the Broncos, which means he's done a good job, and then just stepping aside? What world are you living in? What a psychotic thing to ever admit or have found out. The Wickersham Seahawk piece was good. It exposed what a lot of us felt and thought between the Legion of Boom and the Russ and the Pete stuff. This is a whole other level of breaking my brain. I don't care how close or real it was or wasn't. It's an insane thing to read that an NFL head coach, a Hall of Fame one at that, was floating the idea
of I don't want to be the head coach,
of letting some other guy do it to break the record so he could seemingly do it and then just step in and act as if that Hall of Fame guy's going to walk away because he broke the record.
To your point,
what are you talking about?
What if in year one he started 15-0?
This
that
is my
clearly
whole
didn't
point.
happen, but
He's
what
not
if
just
it
saying,
did?
well, I'm good. I'm going to walk
All
away
right,
now, Sean.
Deuces.
Thanks, Sean.
Good night. Thank you, everybody. It's been great. You were a great crowd, Denver. I appreciate you. Now I'm done.
Thanks, Sean. See you later.
Wait a minute. This guy's undefeated. Shouldn't he be our head coach now? Don't we want to keep him? And to the other point of how long it would have taken, so this would have started in the 2024 season, which was the previous year before this one, Bo Nix's rookie season. Denver won 10 games. So he wouldn't have hit. They lost their playoff game, which doesn't count anyways. But he would have been then the carryover head coach for another year. Let's see how many weeks. Let me pull up their schedule from this year.
Yeah.
And see how many weeks it would have he would have been their head coach. So
this would have been in 25, right? Because he got fired in 24.
So 24 was his last. Oh, so last year would have been the first year?
Last year would have been the first year because he was the North Carolina coach.
Didn't he take a year off, though, from coaching? Because he took 2024 off. I think this was for the 2024 season because they had Gerard Mayo in New England for a year.
You're right.
And then hired Mike Vrabel.
Hired him. Remember the
so
Falcons
no team
were
hired him,
going
and he worked on McAfee and did media. And then, yes, you were correct, first year in. So let's just play it out. He would have taken over in 24 after the firing. They won 10 games, so let's say they win the same number of games. Bill Belichick's their head coach, in name only. Then he would have had to follow it up with another coaching stint this year in Denver, at which point, as I pull up their schedule, it would have taken him. They won their 5th game October 19th, so he would have coached the first 7 games of the season.
But see, at that point, I think he rides out the season.
Right, you would be 5-2.
But then gets the AFC title game, and then just walks away because he's broke the record, and none of it makes sense.
Anybody with a competitive spirit asking for this is just weird. Like, that's just really weird.
I genuinely believe this, and I have for some time. Broncos' season was remarkable last year.
It's a great year. They got all the way to the AFC title game. Without the quarterback, they probably win the game.
We have Bronco listeners. I'm sure they're feeling jacked out of their minds about this season, Nick's being healthy, all that. I have been noting this the entire. I think that dude is weird. I think it's all odd. I think his dynamic with almost any player not named Drew Brees becomes contentious. Just a fascinating. Like I wouldn't even know how to process this if we were doing a Denver-based show.
Let alone if you were the owner of the team who just spent an insane amount of money to hire Sean Payton to be your head coach. Got you through
how much money is Belichick? Is he coming in for free?
No, he's not working
to break
for free.
The record?
Like you're my guy. I hired you, and you're coming to me with the idea of let somebody else do my. Are you taking a pay cut? Are you taking $2 million off your salary to give to Bill Belichick? How's that going to work? It just all of it is strange, confusing. The leftover note of this, outside of the weirdness of Sean Payton, which I'm with you, continues to grow.
Yeah.
How much is that? Because he's not getting another shot. Of the all-time gnaw at you, so close you could taste it. Stats.
15 games.
Belichick 15
right
wins
there.
away is like.
That's running a marathon and stopping at 25.
Yes, like
to me, that's the same thing.
The finish line's right there, dude.
That's
Just go 20 more minutes.
Yeah,
jog. You're almost done. And no, but I don't think he's ever going to get a shot again to be a head coach in the NFL.
He shouldn't. He's not good. He wasn't good at the end of New England. But we couldn't be honest about that because he's the GOAT.
You're not wrong.
Like, okay, but like, you know what? It happens to everybody. Look at all the great coaches. If they don't prematurely walk away,
right?
It doesn't tend to age particularly well. It happens to every coach in every sport.
Yep. To nearly break a record that I think has been at times in the conversation, although maybe it's changed a little bit because of the length of the season going on.
I'd argue it's harder to win and break that. I mean, to be as close as he is a tremendous achievement.
Yeah. I mean,
he's already
no doubt
considered
about
the
it.
greatest coach by most, I would say,
Sure.
right?
I would tend to think so, yeah.
15 wins is brutal to not be number one, but like also, let's think about the time and place when these coaches were setting and making these records. The NFL right now, is it as competitive as it's ever been?
Without a doubt.
Yeah. So, like, being 15 games...
It's still an incredible accomplishment,
Yes.
but that's going to nod him every night he goes to bed for the rest of his life, probably, because he's a psycho competitor, and you were that close. And to the point, like, I think Peyton and Belichick clearly have a good relationship to the point where he's willing to maybe float this to his owner. It makes me think that it's something that he rants and raves about. Maybe he got fired, which they didn't call a firing. They called it splitting or parting of ways.
Yeah.
That he's like, dude, I am so close to breaking this record. I can't believe this is the end. I have to get another shot, and that's where it comes from Sean Payton. Still weird behavior on Payton's part, but I think it shows you how close and Belichick can taste it.
Maybe hire a real general manager. Maybe don't screw Tom Brady out before Tom Brady's done playing. Get him real targets, real weapons. Maybe start evolving with the sport a little bit. Instead of just thinking like, hey, my career has been amazing, and I just won a Super Bowl not that long ago, and instead, to me, he tripled down on everything instead of like growing and changing in any way.
Yeah.
So if he maybe does that and evolves a little bit at the end, maybe him and Brady have one more go around and one more shot at serious contention versus the way it kind of just it petered out.
Petered out
Mac
for
Jones
sure.
came in, and
the ending of Brady and Belichick in New England was bad, man. That
it was a
pick six against
the
Tennessee,
Titans.
like, just
wild card weekend, right?
Ugly
terrible.
ending there. Yep. So that's one of the weirder ones that I've seen in a while. Sean Payton considering floating to his owner. Hey, let's bring in Bill for 15 wins. How long does that take? We don't know. I'll be the assistant coach. He could be the head coach. Weird behavior out of the NFL. But a great piece by Wickersham nonetheless. That's just one of the interesting takeaways. There's a lot more in there if you're a Broncos fan that you can dig your teeth into about where the team's at and where they're going in years to come. Lots to get to in the final hour of the show. Get you set for your day and your night in sports. Maybe some final thoughts on Team USA's unceremonious end to the World Cup run. Let's start, though, with the Sparta TRT mail sack. We're going to get to that in a moment. But before we do that, how about a pair of tickets to go see Zach Bryan, July 25th, 2026 at Autzen Stadium. I love that you had to give this away without me yesterday. Do you know who Zach Bryan is?
He's an artist at Autzen Stadium on July 25th.
It's a big deal. He's coming to Autzen. The concert is coming up again July 25th. The code word that you can text in is Zach, Z-A-C-H, to 503-864-6326, and you'll be entered for your chance to win a pair of tickets again to see Zach Bryan at Autzen Stadium July 25th. Keep it on the Fan all week for more chances to win, and 1051thefan.com for complete details. Final hour starts next on The Fan.
Big hits, big bets, big plays.
Today I'm laying the big wood.
This is the Layin' Wood Report, brought to you by Mr. Plywood, serving Portland for over 50 years.
And now he drives one to deep left field. And gone! Tyler Tolbert is 3 for 3, and the Royals are 5 for 5.
Thank you, Kansas City Royals. My Bravos needed it bad. Tyler Tolbert, 5th inning home run, 5 for 5 on the day against the Phils. Matt Lefevre. What?
Bieber?
Lefevre.
Was there a Bieber in there?
The B is silent.
The baseball season's still going on?
Royals TV on the call. That Lefevre, really, with a B?
I thought it ended a month ago. Didn't we already crown a champion? Isn't it over? What is happening right now?
Royals laying wood to the Phillies. 15 runs yesterday. Laying Wood Report brought to you by our great friends at Mr. Plywood. They've been serving Portland for over 60 years. They're also going to be serving me soon. I got to build a fence. Do you know how hard that's going to be? I got like 5 people kind of help me out. I don't know what I'm doing, but the people at Mr. Plywood have helped guide me along the way to pick the supplies, delivery, custom cutting, and special orders. Check them out at Southeast Stark Street or online, mrplywoodinc.com.
It's time.
Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, final day of round of 16 matches at the World Cup beginning right now in Atlanta. Argentina and Egypt just about to kick it off. At 1 p.m. in Vancouver, BC, it'll be Switzerland taking on Colombia. Both these games on Fox 12 Oregon. On Monday, the United States dream of making an unparalleled World Cup run ended at the hands of Belgium in a 4-1 rout. Americans playing their worst game of the tournament. Belgium moves on to face Spain after they got the only goal of the game against rival Portugal in stoppage time for the 1-0 victory. Quarterfinal action at Wimbledon this morning. And right now, Naomi Osaka taking on Karolina Muchova. And Osaka serving to stay in the first set, down 6-5. The winner will take on Coco Gauff in the semifinals after she beat fellow American Jessica Pegula in straight sets. In the men's draw, top seed Jannik Sinner, a straight sets winner in his quarterfinal match. I'm Jason Swigard from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is the
Let's do this. Final hour. Dirt and Sprague here, Portland Sports Leader, 105.1 FM, The Fan, 1080 AM, the Odyssey app, live on YouTube.
I think it's really sexy.
I do, too. We got a lot to get to in the final hour of the show. Thanks for being with us on a Tuesday. Hope your mornings are off to a good start, everybody. It is time, as always on Tuesdays, to start the final hour for our Sparta TRT mail sack. Whether you're hitting the gym, just trying to survive the workday, don't watch from the sidelines, reclaim your edge, and win at the second half of life. SpartaTRT.com. Fun note, as I'm scrolling through my show sheet that I forgot to bring up and pump my chest about, so allow me a brief moment.
Quite a few things that we didn't get to today on the old show sheet.
There is. I like jotting down when we do our picks for everything. I like doing our picks and then saving them.
Okay.
I took the Knicks to win the NBA Finals, and I didn't even brag about it preseason. I had now I hadn't beaten the Nuggets, so, But I had the Knicks.
You had the Knicks winning the title.
I had the Knicks winning
picks?
the NBA. I just scrolled through it. You had the Knicks in it. You had the Thunder over the Knicks.
Yeah, okay.
Swag had the Nugs beating the Cavs. Those were our preseason picks.
So I got the Knicks in the finals right, and then I had the Thunder and Spurs in the Western Conference.
You had OKC versus San Antonio. Yes, you
How about
did.
that?
I had Denver versus Golden State in the Western Conference Finals.
Who did I have the Knicks playing in the East?
Milwaukee. What was that? I had Detroit. Somehow I was a Detroit buyer. That's not bad.
Now,
am I basketball dirt again? Do I get the label back? I think I get it back. Preseason pick.
I mean, I told you the Hurricanes going to win the Stanley Cup in 6.
Why didn't I buy a ticket on that preseason? What were they weren't that long shot, but it would have been a nice little payday if I would have.
You would have made a couple of nickels.
I would have made some money on that bad boy, man.
I know PR does a lot here. Did you guys see the timing of what happened yesterday? Giannis released his "Thank you, I will always love you, you mean a lot to me" Milwaukee thing.
I did see that, yeah.
People noted that when it got released, it was exactly at a time he was in the middle of a live stream. So he wasn't even.
It's a time.
That's a PR'd release. I'm like, well, yeah.
That's a scheduled tweet right there, is what we call those.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Just make sure they hit at the right time.
Somebody noted, too, I think he's wearing 7 is what he said on the stream.
What number he's going to be in Miami?
In Miami.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's true, but somebody noted if he went his standard 34, do you know if he went to Boston and wore 20, he literally would make it impossible for Ray Allen to be retired at any number at any stop.
That'd be pretty funny.
The only one left would be Seattle, and if they even get a team in time.
Would be pretty funny if that happened.
He just cancels out Ray Allen in Milwaukee, Miami, and then Boston.
We also had our, because I think that happened after I was gone on Thursday, obviously no show Friday, we had the John Morant reveal, 12 off limits.
He's won.
He is won.
Well, is that off limits?
You can't have it.
Is it off limits? Or
we know it is. The Blazers are stupid. Of course it's off limits.
We tried.
Not in my house.
7 and 12, you just can't touch them. Will we retire them? No, but you're not allowed to wear them. We have fake jersey retire. It's just the weirdest thing. Anyways,
he accomplished more, but how are we going to feel seeing LaMarcus get retired before Roy? It's a little odd, isn't it?
It's very odd.
Not that LaMarcus isn't deserving of it.
Sentiment, like the sentiment to the fan base and what they meant to us, it'll never be close.
No.
If one blows the other one out of the water.
Yeah.
It's not even a debate.
We didn't even talk about the Garfield story with Brandon Roy.
No, we did
Boy,
not. He's
bizarre.
back coaching, though. Huh?
Yeah.
Get him a job again. Millsack question, would you pay $1,000 to stand on the Hawthorne Bridge to watch fireworks?
$1,000?
I don't understand the premise of this. Is this a thing people do? Do they charge $1,000? Did you pay it? I don't understand it.
I wouldn't pay $1,000 to go to the World Cup game.
No. God, no.
No.
I got the same fireworks show in my backyard.
Yeah.
I live by rednecks.
Not for fireworks.
Yeah.
Hard no on. Hard no.
No.
What do we...
Absolutely
Is that
not.
even a thing?
I stayed at a premium hotel last year in Pacific City, overlooking the entire beach. Didn't cost me $1,000 to stay there with my family.
Yeah.
No. Better fireworks show too on top of it. Yeah, I'll spend my $50 at the Clackamas County Freddy's and their
There you
TNT. Like that I'll pay for the 4th of July. But other than that, to pay to go see fireworks, nah, man. You go find a free show. There's one in the neighborhood. We just couldn't stay up late enough because Teddy was going to bed. But next year, I think we're going to push it. It starts right at 10 o'clock.
There you go.
He wasn't quite able this year, but I think next year we'll make our way up there. It's fun. Did you see a fireworks show and go home? Not paying $1,000. Mail sack question: do you prefer a sweet or a savory breakfast?
Savory.
I lean a little more savory, but I'm not going to act like you put a box of donuts in front of me and inside I'm screaming like a happy little fat kid.
Yeah.
I do love a good
we
donut.
had the breakfast buffet on the ship.
I have tiny legs and I'm fat.
Everything. Like it had a fresh omelet station.
Go over
they
there.
had all the
Can I
savory
tell
stuff.
you, I don't like that.
What?
It's a problem for me.
Too many options?
No, I want to eat all of it. You may not believe this about me, but if you present me with a breakfast buffet that has like strudel pastries, donuts, and then egg stations, and
and they had all the cold fresh fruit
it's a problem.
and oatmeal or granola and all of that, and then they had all the hot stuff, potatoes, all your bacon.
Now, how was all the food? Was it good?
It was really good.
Okay, because my only critique of that when you get that at places is you've cast too wide of a net, and now all of it's just average. Like this is I don't need this many options.
It was good.
Yeah, as long as it delivers, I'm okay with the number of options.
But I will always have more savory things
I'm a savory
on
guy
my
over
plate
sweet.
than the sweet will be. I'll have a donut or a pastry or something like that. But it won't.
It's not even a contest. Breakfast is the best buffet meal you can have.
Oh yeah,
not even debatable.
Oh yeah,
not even a debate.
Not even a debate.
No,
there's no competition.
No,
nothing else comes close.
No,
because yeah. Correct answer. Move on.
I'm a fritter boy all day.
Mail sack question: best regional hot dog style: Chicago, New York, Seattle, Detroit, or Sonora?
I'm a big
Detroit
fan
style
of
what was the last
Sonora? I don't know what a Sonora dog is. Let me look it up. What's a Detroit dog? What goes on a Detroit dog?
I don't know. I'm a big
Couldn't
fan of the
tell you.
Seattle dog with the cream cheese and the grilled onions.
Yeah, Seattle is the goat. Sonoran hot
What is
dog.
on the? It's a cream cheese on the Seattle dog.
It's, cream cheese and grilled onions. That's
that
usually
it?
the gist of it for the most
I can't
part.
remember if there was like bacon bits or something.
I think you could do more than that if
Yeah.
you want to, but I think the gist of it is cream cheese and grilled onions.
I did a pho dog over 4th of July.
How was the pho dog?
Baseline hoisin with a little mustard.
Okay.
All beef dog, chopped up steak, and then cilantro onion with a little sriracha on top.
What's the review?
Oh,
it's good. Yeah. Delivered.
You got a bad hot dog?
I mean, touche. Yes, I have, but I will still eat it.
Right.
A Sonoran hot dog is a bacon wrap hot dog from Mexico. It's popular down in Arizona.
Street meat.
You put toppings on it like pinto beans, onions, tomatoes, mayonnaise, mustard, and jalapeno salsa. So it's kind of like a taco hot dog.
I don't know if I like the mayonnaise.
Let me look up Detroit style.
We know.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm okay with
well,
mayonnaise.
yeah.
I don't know if mayonnaise in that combination is getting me.
Detroit, better known as a Coney dog, is a natural
chili
beef
dog.
frank with steamed bun,
mustard,
chili sauce. It sounds like
is it a
zigzag
chili
yellow
dog?
mustard,
Yeah.
heavy topping of diced onions. I'm
Yeah.
out on that. No, thank you.
Oh, dude, I love a chili dog with onions and mustard.
I'm
That's
a
delicious.
Seattle dog guy though. Seattle has the best hot dogs. Whenever
Yeah.
I'm in Seattle, I eat way too many hot dogs because especially go to like a Mariner game or something. That hot dog stands out there. I'm grabbing like 6 on my way into the ballpark.
Sad confession yesterday, I realized about myself, I can't eat more than 3 in a day.
3's all you got?
My stomach is just like, dude, you ain't doing it anymore.
Shouldn't do any more than that.
Hot dog burps. Stomach's moving and grooving.
And to answer your question on a bad hot dog is when you're making the turn at a golf course and you take your bite of your hot dog halfway down the 10th fairway and you're not sure if it was cooked.
Yeah.
Like when it's bare
halfway. That's the first bite I know if it's cooked or not cooked.
What's the classification of like just below lukewarm? I don't know what that would be, but whatever that level of heat is, when that's the bite of hot dog you're taking, there, my friend, is a bad hot dog.
You
know what you do? You eat it anyways, and you just pray. You pray to the food gods that it doesn't bite you in the back end because I'm hungry and I need some protein in the second 9. But I've had a bad hot dog.
I don't know what happened at Park Rose at Sacramento Elementary, but we need an investigation. 5th grade year, we all discovered hot dogs suddenly had a green hue. And that went from like, hey, it's Wiener Wrap Day. Hell yeah, brother, to
hell yeah.
This sucks.
Yeah. Why does it look like an oil slick on top of it?
That's not the way this is supposed to look.
Not good.
Let's see what else we got here.
Didn't you?
I mean,
shut up.
I did too.
I mean, we all did, right?
Wiener Wrap Day was Wiener Wrap Day.
We all did. Mailsack question. The Tour de France started on July 1st. Well, hello. Welcome to the sports calendar,
There
Tour
you
de
go.
France.
Can you watch the Tour de France?
I don't know who has it anymore.
Did they just show you?
Is Kai Cenat doing it? Is Ice Show Speed doing it? I mean,
are they in the Tour de France?
NBC had it when there was the NBC Sports Network. They had it.
Yeah. How boring is that to watch on TV?
Can I give you a really good take?
Is that the most boring sport to watch on TV?
Ooh.
People riding a bike on a road
during golf rounds.
America's Cup.
At least I'm not saying that you can
300 lap NASCAR races. You ever fallen asleep at 101 and woken up at 2:33?
Crashes are cool.
If you saw a crash, then yeah. But if you didn't, it was a
think
clean
about a
race.
bicycle crash going down the Pyrenees at 70 miles an hour.
I mean, watching people ride bikes seems like the most boring sport on
Can
TV.
I interest you in watching them blood dope before they get on the bike?
That I would watch. Where does the needle go? Is it painful? Do you feel an immediate burst of energy?
I don't know. Do they go Incredible Hulk, Luke?
I think I'm landing on that being the most boring sport to watch.
America's Cup is pretty boring.
Is that the sailboat
sailing?
one?
I think I'd rather watch sailing. Like if you gave me the choice, Dirt, you have to watch one of these two. I think I would take sailing.
I've seen sailing on TV. It's
it's horrible. It's awful.
It's pretty terrible.
Watching people ride a bike.
You want to watch them row a boat?
Yeah, it's more interesting to me than riding a bike.
They don't row. They're sailing.
It's sailing.
Stop it!
I can ride a bike. I can't figure out a sailboat. I don't know how to pull those sails up. At least I'm learning something.
You can't ride one of these bikes.
I could ride one of those bikes.
Not a chance in hell.
FIFA has a storied past of corruptions. Which sport would you consider more corrupt and controversial, the Tour de France or FIFA? FIFA.
I think
the
FIFA.
athletes in the Tour de France are more corrupt.
Right.
The organization, it's not. Does the Tour de France do anything controversial?
Well, half
Nobody
of
pays
FIFA
attention.
guys are in prison, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not
The amount
Swiss
of
jail.
guys are cheating. League, whatever, dude. They do what they
pretty
do.
much FIFA and the IOC. Take your pick.
Yes, of the most corrupt. I'm gonna now
Which
ask.
league do you trust the most of the core four? Or trust the least?
In terms of their corruption,
Yeah. It's got to be the NBA.
NBA. Frozen envelopes exist.
Tim Donaghy.
Tim Donaghy, LeBron to Cleveland, really? Ricky Davis, we saw that.
3 straight #1 picks. Pelicans #1 pick after AD.
Dallas getting a Cooper Flag.
Oh,
yeah. There's
why
no
would
doubt.
why would that be a fix?
Rigging the trade of Chris Paul.
Well,
Not going to the Lakers, going to the Clippers.
getting Pau Gasol.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the NBA. It's not debatable. I'm going to put up an open-ended poll question, by the way. What is the most boring sport? I'm going to see what answers we get here.
I'm telling you, dude.
Somebody's going to send in, like, dressage, and then it's going to be in my face.
You're underrating.
That's not a sport according to you. so.
That is true. It's not a
Like,
sport.
isn't boring like where it literally can't keep you awake? That's pretty boring by definition,
Well,
right?
ESPN just brought back, they've got, I think, on ESPN Plus or Unlimited or whatever the hell they're calling it now, the World Series of Poker.
See, and I'd rather watch
That's
poker.
not a sport.
If it's not a sport, but if
not a sport.
you gave me the option of Tour de France or poker,
I'd rather watch poker.
I'm watching poker.
I'd
10
watch
out of
poker.
10.
I'd see where I hit, where I don't, whereas like they win and I'm
Right.
losing all my money.
Like this is the game I'm playing in my head. You're giving me bad options. I don't want to watch any of these things, but if I put it against watching the Tour de France, I think I'm choosing the other option.
Okay, but
for now,
back to my point.
Until we find
falling
one.
asleep during an event makes it by definition boring, right?
yeah, to a certain extent, sure. People think golf's incredibly boring on TV. I
All
don't
I'm
blame
saying
them.
is, like, and I watch the majors. I watch some of the non-majors. I've literally fallen asleep on like the 7th hole, woken up, and they're on the 13th hole.
I mean, I've fallen asleep literally during every sporting event, though, to be fair.
Well, you get the football Coleman app.
I have a Coleman app every Sunday.
Yeah.
You're right.
Baseball games, it's like the middle of the fourth inning. What am I doing here?
You're right.
Why is there a relief pitcher in again?
Isn't F1 racing, though, like over by the fifth lap? Like once the dude gets out in front, it's impossible to pass.
I'll be honest with you.
Road courses.
Never watched an F1 event in my life.
Okay.
So I can't, but I will. I'll check one out and let you know if I think it's boring or not. At least they're driving fast, but I see that point if it's over quickly.
I mean, it's a road course, so they do turn left and right and that sort of
it's
thing.
not just one turn over and over
but
again.
There's like 2 spots on road courses you can pass somebody, but once somebody gets out in front by 20 seconds,
I talked to somebody
like
that
it's
went
over.
to the Vegas one the first year they had it, and I was like, how was it? And they're like, oh, it was great. We would just talk and drink, and then you hear, oh, there
we
you'd see them, and that was it.
Yeah.
F1
and you had like a
seems
little screen you could watch.
They do
them if
laps
you
though,
wanted.
right? Like it's a lap, so they do.
And they were
more
going down the main strip and everything.
I feel like F1 is more important to be there and be seen like a social event rather than. I'm sure there's some hardcore, racing fans that are into it.
I mean, that's what basketball is. It's a social gathering.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for a lot of people sitting courtside at a game.
Dressed
being
in a certain
seen.
way,
Ooh, look
having
at
a
me.
cocktail.
Hey, we're out night out of the town.
Yeah.
Millsack question, what is the most obscure place that you would go to on vacation? It's kind of random and open-ended. What do we mean by obscure?
What do you mean by obscure? I mean,
a place that nobody really wants to go? Or are we talking off the beaten path? What's the definition?
Montenegro?
Would you go to Antarctica?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't have any interest in Antarctica.
Croatia's not obscure. I mean, people dream about going.
No, that's what I say. What do you mean by
That's not obscure to me.
It's got to be off the beaten path. Pakistan.
No, thank you.
You want to see the mountain range in Afghanistan?
Got good poppy seeds, I hear. No, I'm out on that.
I think that's what they mean. What is the most obscure place you could go to?
Not a lot of places I'm willing to roll the dice and risk my life.
Mine's pretty easy. North Dakota. Why would I ever go to North Dakota?
Yeah, North Dakota's pretty boring. I've been to North Dakota. There's not a lot going on in North Dakota.
Drive-through state.
Not a lot to see there. They don't even have the Mount Rushmore.
No, that's South Dakota.
That's South Dakota.
I mean, I've been to Oklahoma, and that's
South
bad
Dakota's
enough.
the better of the Dakotas because they got Mount Rushmore. At least they got the one tourist attraction in their entire
If I
state.
was to go outside of the pocket of the U.S.,
does this count? Does like obscure? Like people
Juneau,
probably
Alaska was pretty obscure for me. That was a random. I didn't know that was ever going to happen in my life.
That counts.
And then I'm at a wedding, and I'm like, what?
Wyoming's cool, but like people like to go to Jackson Hole, so I don't know if that counts.
Yeah, I've been to Jackson.
Like Wyoming's a cool state to go visit. There's buffalo all over
What's
the place.
a country you'd be willing to go to that people don't talk about going to?
Like to actually roll the dice on a place? I'm not going anywhere in the Middle East. No, thank you.
Would you go to Russia?
No, I have no interest in going to Russia.
I'd be way too nervous to go to Russia.
Way too nervous. Let me pull up a world map.
Would you go to China?
No.
Really?
I don't have any interest in going to China. Japan I would go to.
Oh.
I don't really want to go to China, but I don't feel like Japan is off the beaten.
No, that's a pretty popular destination.
What about Greenland?
Greenland's a good one.
Greenland would be cool.
Yeah, nothing going on in Greenland.
Is it obscure, though, by definition?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like an African country that I'd want to go to. Because
Chad.
Africa would be
Wanna
fun.
go to Chad.
Cape Verde?
Yeah, there you go. I've
Cape
heard Cape Verde is beautiful.
Yeah.
There, that's a good one.
Well, that's an island.
That's an island. Whatever. That's my answer.
I mean, to people's point, I'd never heard of it until the World Cup.
That's true.
I had no clue it existed.
Morocco?
Yeah, I've never been to Morocco. Sounds like a beautiful place. Cape Verde, my final answer. That's a tough one to get to right there because it's very open-ended without many details.
Pretty sweet. Southern island I've always wanted to visit called Australia.
Australia, we'll go down to Australia. Let's get dart throwing is getting texted in. Golf for sure.
Darts, if you've watched European Championship darts, they know how to produce it, man.
Cornhole or
Cornhole's
Tour
way
de
more
France?
boring.
What would you
Cornhole's
rather watch,
boring.
Cornhole or Tour de
There's
France?
no production
Sprague.
in what they do.
No, I don't want your answer, Swigard. You're a bike guy. Sprague, your answer.
I'm a what?
You're a bike guy. You like biking. You're into the wheels. You're into the two wheels.
Does
Sprague.
he own a bike?
I don't know, but he's of all of us to watch Tour de France, there's only one of us who's actually done it here.
Yes.
And we all know who it is.
Yeah.
If I get you have two channels working on your TV.
Oh God, the
and that's
Ocho?
all. You
The
can watch
Ocho?
Cornhole or the Tour de France. What would you rather watch? You have to pick one.
I'd rather watch Cornhole.
I would too.
If you give me a short person that might end up murdering somebody and you tell me he's the champion and he does it with no hands,
Dude, this is my yeah.
I might be in on
That
that.
guy shot a guy with no hands while driving a car with a bottle of booze in his hand. That doesn't exist.
I don't think that story's right.
No, doesn't make any sense.
Somebody misreported that. How can you shoot somebody driving a car with no hands?
Pro bass fishing or Tour de France?
Pro bass fishing.
Pro bass
I
fishing.
want to see what the whole area looks like, so when
Yes.
I go fishing, I can find a similar spot.
Maybe Ben Simmons is out there.
So I biked once. My brother-in-law gets into these little weird hobbies where he like becomes obsessed with stuff, and momentarily he got into biking. So he invites me to bike. You know what bike I got?
What'd you get?
I got a standard issue mountain bike,
Yeah.
and they all had road course bikes.
Yeah, a little bit different.
And they're like, you want to go on a bike ride? I was like, sure.
A little bit wider
Had
wheels.
No idea I was going on a 25-mile bike ride.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
We are going way down, Johnson Creek and the Springwater corridor. I'm like, where are we going?
You get shivved with a needle along the way?
They smoked me. They're like, switch gears. I was like, I am. It was terrible. It was terrible. I want nothing to do with it.
Keep those coming. We got some more mail sack. The Sparta TRT mail sack's only halfway done. Rest of the questions, room for a few more. 503-864-6326. We'll finish it off. Sparta TRT mail sack next on The Fan.
From the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
The Fupdate's brought to you by Big's Chicken. Try their smoked and fried wings, tossed with a perfect dry rub, served with a trio of killer sauces. Menus at bigschicken.com. First on the Fan, action early in the Argentina-Egypt map. Egypt scoring the opening goal in the 15th minute. Then Argentina got a penalty, and Messi was stopped by Egyptian goalkeeper Chaubert. 1-0 Egypt in the 23rd minute.
Stopping Messi on a PK, I'd frame that photo and it'd be blown up. It'd be the biggest photo in my house.
He's 0 for 2 in penalties so far.
I just heard about that. Yeah, not great. Speaking of not great, how about not great here for us? Oregon's Department of Fish and Wildlife have noticed a pretty big decline in Central Oregon's porcupine population.
Uh-oh.
And officials are calling on locals to help setting up trail cams. They're native to Central Oregon's high desert ecosystem. They're not currently listed as an endangered species in Oregon, but most of the information they have is pretty dated. Conservation expect the species in decline due to traffic mortalities, predator resurgence, and climate change impacts.
Yeah, I almost killed a little bunny rabbit on my way in today, and it was not a good feeling. Thankfully, in the rearview mirror, I saw him hopping, but it was like, you see him too late. Oof. You try and get, like, which way are you running? Are you running back to the side? Are you going across the street? You're trying to, like, slow it. Okay, still alive. That would have rattled me for the rest of the day. Let's take a dump on Brett Yormark. Big 12 Media Days are here. Welcome back, College Football. Good to have you.
Yeah.
Brett Yormark, and we can talk about this and play some of the audio tomorrow, was asked a bunch of questions about, the biggest school in their conference trying to have their quarterback play despite illegally gambling on his own team. And Brett Yormark, the commissioner of the conference, said today is not the day to address that issue.
Oh, wait, Kliavkoff on Pac-12 media rights.
We're not talking about that today.
No.
Excuse me, when's it appropriate, Brett?
Yeah. All right. There's your Fupdate from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is
Just a shot at North Dakota on the fan text line. Somebody said their state tree is the telephone pole.
Yeah, dude. I probably have better odds of going to China than ever going to North Dakota. Are you kidding me?
A lot of NASCAR texts coming in.
Yeah, dude. I as a kid who grew up watching NASCAR with my stepdad,
I get it.
He'd always convince me, mainly because I was a child looking for a father figure. By like lap 10, I was like, I'll be back. I'd come back an hour and a half later. They'd still have 180 laps left.
We're on caution right now.
Dude, what are we doing?
We got a caution flag out there.
What are we doing?
Everybody got to slow down.
Rubbin is racing. Okay. All right.
All righty. Let's see what else we got in the old mail sack. Pull it back up. Brought to you by, as always, Sparta TRT. What happened now? Who's ahead of who?
Argentina just put a perfect pass. Dude headed it in, and the goalkeeper came out of nowhere. Just a one-handed save.
Messi can't even make penalties. Is he still your GOAT? Is the GOAT status slipping? Is Mbappe going to be the GOAT by the end of this thing?
I asked who you choose as your golden booter for the World Cup right now between Kane, Haaland, Messi, and Mbappe, and I said Mbappe yesterday. I think Mbappe is the best player in the world.
Now, Ronaldo's out, right? He lost?
He gone.
No World Cups for Ronaldo? He never won one, right?
No, but he said he won the Euros in 2016, so it's basically the same thing.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I didn't get butt cracked on that quote. What's the equivalent of that quote for another sport?
The NBA Cup.
Saying we won the NBA Cup. I didn't need to. Charles Barkley saying I won a cup. Who needs an NBA Finals? Is that the same?
That's how I'd view it.
Okay.
Justin Herbert winning the Rose Bowl versus winning the playoff.
I don't need a Super Bowl. I have a Rose
Fiesta
Bowl.
Bowl over LSU when you could just win the Rose Bowl against Wisconsin.
I mean, get you one of these, baby. Get you one of these. I did see that. Pretty funny that his run came to an end. Mail sack question. Dirt ranked the holidays last Thursday when Sprague was out. Do you agree with the 4th of July being number 2 on his big board?
Oh, so you say, I'm assuming you put Christmas one?
I did a power ranking of my top 5 holidays on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Good solo show fodder.
Has that ever changed? I don't know if you've changed that in my life of knowing you.
Christmas, numero uno.
Yeah.
Has to be. It's the GOAT.
Number 1.
It's the GOAT of all holidays.
Absolutely.
I put the 4th of July second on the list. I'm a big 4th of July guy. Put it number 2. I had Thanksgiving 3.
Yeah.
Halloween 4.
Okay.
No. And then I put, thanks to Breezy, now that I know I could call him that, throwing out Father's Day, making my top 5 now that I'm a father.
Or B-Dot, by the way.
B-Dot?
Well,
Was that B-Bop or B-Dot?
So Sunday I had to go to a kid's birthday, and one of my friends that I haven't seen in a long time, he's talking to me. He's like, "Oh, my friend Brandon," and I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Oh, Black Brandon." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I was telling him yesterday about how I've had Black Brandons and white. I'm white Brandon usually.
There's a mixture here.
Anyways, we're talking, and I was like, people call you Brandon?" He goes, "Well, yeah. They also call me B-Dot, B-Hen, Breezy." Why am I just learning this?
Where are all these coming from?
I taught hip-hop in college. What?
What?
You popped and locked it? Okay, all right.
Did he pop and lock it for the YouTube audience?
He did not.
Okay.
He would not get up, and I tried to get him to
Breezy.
the Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
Superman that,
Go
you know
pop
what I mean?
and lock it in the studio chair. What are we doing over there?
Look, I'm not mad at your ranking. I'm probably going to switch around Halloween and Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Father's
4th of July
Day.
2? 4th of July 2? You think 4th of July?
4th of July, number 2.
My thought process was
I love summer is too,
summer. Yeah. Yes.
You got to have the weather.
It's great timing. Where it falls on the calendar.
Halloween, usually crap weather for us here.
Yes.
Thanksgiving, usually crap weather for us here. Christmas is only one because it's a movie genre and or it's so indoctrinated into our culture.
Sure.
But Christmas 1, 4th of July 2, Halloween 3, Thanksgiving 4, and I'm going to go...
I got to be honest with you. I loved his Father's Day submission because I think I was on Labor Day because of the start of football, and he was like, "Well, what about Father's Day?" And I thought that's a good. You get to do whatever you want on Father's Day, whether that's spending time with your family, playing golf, going out for some pops with some buddies. It's a day for you to do what you want to do, and those they don't exist very much in the calendar.
I'm gonna go Juneteenth 5.
Well done, buddy.
Yeah,
well done.
There we go. There's my top 5.
Swigard. I know Halloween's out of your top.
Halloween's nowhere on the list. I would put 4th of July too. I love 4th of July.
You're a big 4th of July guy?
Yeah. It's so big I was out of the country for it this last year.
250th, you decided to go to Italy.
Exactly.
What's the matter with you? Not American.
But no, normally it's just, it's barbecue and fireworks.
It's a great day, man.
It's a great
community gets
day.
together, everybody's mingling, everybody's out having
I
a
would
good
say
time.
Thanksgiving 3. I'm big on food holidays.
Yeah, I could tell.
4, I'm a big fan of New Year's.
Really?
I do like New Year's.
Okay.
Why is that?
Now, are you a New Year? This got into the debate. Are you a New Year's Eve guy or a New Year's Day guy?
New Year's Day.
Because those are two different holidays.
New Year's Day.
You
more
prefer
than
New Year's Day
Eve.
because you got to pick one or the other. You
New
can't
Year's
give me a
Day.
combo platter. That
New
doesn't
Year's
count.
Day.
New Year's
Yeah,
Day.
New Year's Day.
Because of the football?
It's football.
Yeah.
And again, usually you'll do some sort of food associated with it to be munching on all day. It's fantastic. And then 5, probably Memorial Day. I love Memorial Day weekend because it signifies
It's kind of the start of spring,
summer's here.
Summer's here is what it tells
It's go
me.
time.
Yeah.
It's a fair top 5. I got no issue with that. No
Yeah.
beef. Let's see. Hold on. I was scrolling. I got to go find my list again. Mail sack question. What did Swag watch on the long airplane rides?
Going over, I watched the entire first season of Ted Lasso.
Okay.
Are you going to get Apple TV to watch 2 and 3?
Was it on the plane?
It was on the plane.
Ah.
Those long flights, they give you everything.
So the new Boeing Dreamliners is what we flew, and it was nonstop from Seattle to Rome.
Love
it was on the way back. I watched 4 movies.
You didn't want to do season 2 of Ted Lasso?
It was not available. I would have done season 2 had it been available, but
What
it was
4
not.
movies did we watch?
I watched Mercy. The one with Chris Pratt, which was a take on Minority Report.
Okay.
So
yeah,
the
that's
AI
right.
court.
It was Minority Report.
Yeah.
Was it good? Give us a review.
It was
What
okay.
was better, that or Minority Report?
Minority Report was
Yes.
better.
Yeah.
Come on, Tom Cruise.
That was going on. What else did I watch? I watched Battle of the Sexes. I hadn't seen that. The Bobby Riggs, Billie Jean King, the story of them with Steve Carell and
Was that
Emma
good?
Stone. That was actually pretty good.
Pretty good? Okay.
I enjoyed that one.
Okay.
I can't remember the other 2. One was something at the I think it was one of the Bourne movies because we were close and
Yeah. Just put something on to
Th-
When
didn't
I
ma-
keep me going.
When I flew to Korea for our Vietnam trip, we had a 13-hour flight. I'd
Long one.
never been on a plane that long. And I sat down, I was finally like, oh, dude, I'm going to watch The Irishman. the Scorsese movie.
That'll eat up half of it.
It was like a 3.5-hour movie, and I remember just getting done going, I cannot believe I will never get that time back. What a terrible movie that was.
Never going to get it back.
But then I watched like 4 other movies, and I still was like, oh, I got 5 more hours till we land.
It's a really weird feeling on those long flights when you watch 2 movies or something, and then you realize
you still got more time.
I got 8 more hours left. I've already watched 2 movies, man.
It's bizarre. You're just in a tube for double-digit hours. It's a bizarre feeling.
Well, we've been trying to get you to watch Ted Lasso for a long time.
Yeah.
Are you glad that you finally dabbled your toe
I had
in the
no
Lasso
doubt
waters?
that it was a great show.
Yeah.
It was no objection to the show. It was just
Was it better than you expected, different than you expected, or about what you expected?
No, it was about what I expected and heard and read. And
my daughter
those
just
sorts of
started
things,
it. She's really enjoying it.
I just rewatched all 3 seasons. That's how
So
much I love
isn't
Ted Lasso.
season 4
There's a new
coming
one
up
coming
soon?
out in August, yeah.
Now, is that going to be the finals?
They don't know.
They don't
won't
know.
say because
3 was supposed to be the last one, and
Hmm.
they weren't supposed to do another one, and now they're doing it. It's one of those.
Apple TV's like, dude, it's still in our top 2 of most watched shows, and you've been done for 2 years. We need another season.
I mean, you should have done more. Come on. Give me more.
Yeah.
More is better.
It's an emphasis on a girls' team, I think, is how he comes back.
He's back coaching they have a female team.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think they're still following them. I don't know. Anyways, phenomenal show. I'm glad you finally dove into that one. Great time. That is all. The mail sack for today. And it is brought to you by Sparta TRT, baby. You hear us talk about it every week, whether you're hitting the gym or just trying to survive the workday. Don't just watch from the sidelines. Reclaim your edge. Win at the second half of life. SpartaTRT.com. We have, for some reason, early World Cup games going on today.
What do you mean?
Why wouldn't you want these in primetime? I don't get why you would start it so early.
Well, yesterday's Spain game started in the middle of the afternoon.
It did, and then you had the USA game in primetime at 5 o'clock.
After it, yeah.
It's just
I
kind of
think
early.
it more has to do. I don't
9:30 on the West
I don't know
Coast.
how much the teams that win have to travel to their next destination, so it might have to do with some travel
We
schedule.
got a bit of an
sorts
NBA
things.
final situation looming here too, because you got to wait a long time for the next games.
Oh, where there's a big
like I
layoff
think
again.
Norway and England play Saturday, right?
We've got a day off tomorrow, and then a quarterfinal game Thursday, 1 quarterfinal game Friday,
Yeah, I think
2 on Saturday.
England Norway I think is Saturday.
Can you put into terms, we have a 1-0 lead Egypt over Argentina right now. It's been an entertaining game. Feels like Argentina's due at some point to score a goal, but they haven't yet.
Yeah.
What is this upset in college football terms for me, please?
Ooh.
What is Egypt? What is Argentina? Argentina's one of the powers, right? Like at Ohio
They're
State.
defending champions.
They're the defending champs. You've
So
got
they're
Messi.
Indiana right now. Who is this Indiana losing to if they are to lose? Like UCLA?
No.
Minnesota?
No.
No?
Egypt's better than
that?
That.
Having Mo Salah is pretty good.
USC?
Virginia Tech.
Oh.
Virginia Tech.
Like
Is Virginia Tech better than UCLA?
They
to
just
you?
fired their coach.
They did.
They just hired a new
Well,
coach.
they hired a real coach. So.
Wow. He's not known for winning big games.
You know that fake
So that might be a
coach
tough comp because
came
he's
back.
never won one of these
And
before.
now he's the DC.
Okay, I'm just curious. Egypt's got a 1-0 lead on Argentina, the first of a couple of round of 16 games going on in the World Cup. Today, we'll wrap it up next with some final thoughts on the World Cup, some audio to play for you, and we got to answer the poll questions. All that still to come. Final segment of the day. Next, 105.1 FM The Fan. All right, this came in. Egypt winning is like Penn State if they would have beaten Indiana last year. Okay. I can contextualize that. I can process that
Penn
information.
State came in with buzz, so you tell me Egypt came in with some buzz.
They had some buzz, and then, all right, that makes sense. That makes sense to me. Well, you know who didn't have any buzz last night?
Yeah.
American soccer fans.
USA.
It went bad early.
Yeah.
And then it got worse.
Yeah, it did.
And here is John Strong telling you, hey, it's getting pretty bad out here, guys.
Richards beaten out of the air. Freeze has got to get there and deal with it. He takes it down off the chest to Ketelaar, knocks it away. Tim Ream can't block it.
Just a young Waku. Young Waku.
So considering circumstances, like golf is probably a good one to go to in your head. Who's the guy, do you remember, Swag, off the top of your head, who missed the 2-foot putt to lose to Faldo? He had a 2-footer to win on 18.
Missed a 2-footer?
Dude, go watch the highlight. I can't remember. It would have been one of the two. He went back-to-back in 89, 90. Is that right?
The Masters?
90, 91 in the Masters.
Well, there was Greg Norman when he came
Norman
back
choked
from
one of the years. I know that.
Down.
He came out of nowhere. There was a guy.
Hawk?
There was a guy,
Coach?
I feel
Scott
like
Hoke,
who missed legitimately
89 Masters.
a 2-foot downhill putt, tosses his putter up in the air, ends up losing. And I think that was the one where Faldo drained like a 30-footer on 11
I gotta mute it. Hold
to
on.
win. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, Scott
Dude,
Hoke.
if we were playing around,
that's good.
You would never putt that. Everybody would
Right?
be like, good.
So I'm trying to think of worst plays.
He's looking at the line of this. 2 feet is generous. I don't even know if it's
It
2
might
feet.
not even be 2 feet. Yeah, I was just trying to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. To see the keeper do that last night in terms of worst plays and big moments, circumstances, there's bad plays happen all the time, but it's not a World Cup game or it's not 18 at Augusta.
He is not even lined up with the hole.
No.
He's playing this like it's got 9 feet of
That was to win the Masters. And he missed it. They go to a playoff and he loses on the second playoff hole. Or it might have been the first. They might have had a
second putt.
Yeah.
Which was farther away.
The comebacker was farther away.
How?
Isn't that
How
insane?
Did he miss that?
Right? Talk about not being able to live that down. You're never living that down.
Crazy.
How about who is the Niner punt returner in the NFC title game?
Kyle Williams.
Williams, yeah.
Duffed the punt.
3 of them, right? Didn't he duff 2 or 3?
2 of them.
2?
Yeah,
He couldn't
2.
catch punts, and those led directly to
that was
Giants
tough.
points. That's an all-timer last night, man. An all-time bad play.
Have you seen what the NBA, speaking of choking on a big stage in a big moment, have you seen what the NBA's dabbling in? I was going to
No.
save this for the Magic Hat, but you brought me here.
Oh, now you're here.
They've introduced this in the G League. They're doing it now in summer
Oh,
league.
I talked about this on Thursday when you were out.
The one
free throw. Yes.
The one free throw for the free throws.
That came out during the show Thursday, and I'm like,
I got a
wait,
problem with this.
what?
I got a problem with this.
I mean, aren't you just helping bad free throw shooters?
You think
No.
you're saving so much time by doing this, and I hate it.
It's really why?
You have 3 free throws. Shoot one, you make it, all 3 count. What are we doing?
Yeah, I just don't. You could get a good free throw shooter who misses the first one, and then the next 2 wouldn't count. But he would. What are the chances, if Lillard misses his first free throw of 3, that he's going to miss another one of the
1
next
out of
2?
10?
Right, just
He's
rare.
roughly a 90%er, right?
So that math tells you the next 2 are more than likely going in. You're just taking points off the board.
What are we doing that for?
I don't know.
If you want to clear up the pace of play stuff at the end, limit timeouts in the last 2 minutes. I don't need a timeout every 30 seconds. Every
They
time the
already
ball
did that.
goes out.
You can only
do
carry-
it again.
You can only carry
There's too many.
2 timeouts.
Foul
into the final
timeout.
2
Foul
minutes.
timeout. Free throws timeout. Free throws timeout.
We get the timeout, set up the play, other team timeout because they saw the formation.
Yes.
I hate that. But yeah, this bothers me immensely.
That's messing with the game too much.
Well, we said this about baseball, and it worked.
That is true.
So maybe somebody hits the free throw, they get the 3 points, and we just learn to deal with it. It just
Imagine
is what
a
it is.
team being down by 2, and you get a foul the free throw shooter, and he makes 1 free throw, and you win the game.
What's harder, making the 2 free throws or having to make 1 for the 2?
Ooh. I think if you're down by 2 having to shoot 3, I think making all 3 is harder.
But see, what if you're down 2, you shoot a 3, you're fouled.
Because no matter what, there's pressure on the first one.
But you have 3 free throws. You're supposed to have 3 free throws, 2 to tie, 3 to win, and you miss the first.
Then there's a ton of pressure on the second and third.
Well, but in this instance, are they going to shoot the other 2?
No, in this rule,
You're
wouldn't.
done.
They would be done after 1. Yeah, if you miss the first one.
Yeah,
it's
bizarre.
I don't get it. I'm right there with you. I didn't quite understand that. Packers special teams trying to catch an onside kick. Put that in the list. That was pretty bad.
Was it Brandon Bostic?
Brandon Bostic, I believe.
Is that his name?
I believe, yeah. Somebody saying USA fans feeling about how soccer, how dirt is feeling after the Ducks got eliminated in a sport outside of football. I think there's some validity to that. Look, I'm going to keep watching the World Cup. Like I'm tongue in cheek when I say I won't care. I got the game on right now, man. I'm watching Egypt and Argentina.
Norway, England. Egypt and
but I'm not going to sit here
on
and act as if my excitement level is what it was 48 hours ago.
Sure,
there's something about the home country
No
and
doubt.
us being here and the momentum that had been created.
Yeah,
like that was a part of the storyline for me that got me super involved and interested in it. And now that that's done, it's just like any other World Cup in my life outside of it's just in the United States. And so they're in stadiums that I know, which I guess helps. The time difference is nice. I like that the games are on, although this one's a little early for my blood. Not for my blood, but for the general sports fan blood. I think you're going to get a dampering of some excitement, but people will watch. I'll be curious what the numbers end up being for last night's game because that was such an anticipated matchup.
It was a bloodbath pretty
and it
quick.
was early. It got out of hand, and you're like, ugh. I'm wondering because I know I did. I don't know about you guys. Did you make it all the way to the last whistle watching?
I kept it on the whole time.
I had it on TV, but
I knew they were going to lose. It was pretty evident pretty clearly, quickly, but I wanted to hear some of the commentary. And then sticking around, you see some of the comical errors that we made. Just like, how bad can we be?
It became I want to sit down and watch this. Let's do this together. And then second half, you're like, all right, let's go water. Well, kid, you want to go hop on the swing for a little bit? Let's get some outside time now.
Yeah, and the take right now and today is roughly what you kind of expect. And I think some of it's fair, right? Like most of us aren't following soccer. We couldn't solve these issues if we really needed to be the ones making the decisions. But there does need to be some narrative-based conversation, whether you're a diehard soccer fan or not, about like, dude, they accomplished some fun stuff.
Yeah.
But they overall didn't really do anything different in this World Cup.
No.
It just was in our country, so it got more people under the umbrella.
The end result was the end result, though.
What do you need to change to have a better result?
Yeah.
The women have done it. So, like, in a country with such great athletes, we have good athletes.
Can we find a new goalie?
Well, we need a lot. Our defense sucked.
Yeah, we couldn't possess the ball.
Balogun was good, but like we need to find our Erling Haaland. The problem is that's Devin Booker or Josh Allen. And is Devin Booker going to play soccer?
I don't think so.
Is Josh Allen not going to be a galloping horse playing pro football?
I don't think so.
So if you can convince somebody of that nature, sure. And until we do that, I just don't know if we're ever really going to change much.
Let's get to some of the poll questions. One of them open-ended. I asked, what is the most boring sport to watch on television? Some good responses coming in. I've never seen a soccer game. Deal tweeted us, but do they not know how to stop a clock? Somebody saying spelling bee. That's a fun one. Would you rather watch the Tour de France or a spelling bee?
Oh.
Those are your two options.
I'm doing the spelling bee probably high, so I can see if I can.
How many of the words
can
you spell? What's more? I think I'm more impressed by the spellers, to be honest with you.
They're like 8 years old.
That stuff blows my mind.
It's crazy the words these kids have to spell. It makes me also question, boy, what's that training like in those households?
Yeah, not friendly, I think is the answer.
I think there's a lot of
how many homeschooled kids are there?
There is no E on that word.
No! Of all the university-recognized sports, it has to be between golf and NASCAR. That got sent in.
Yeah.
And I get it. Yeah, if you're not into golf, I get why golf is incredibly boring to watch on TV.
You ever watched Funny Car?
Funny Car. I don't think I have.
Oh, the drag races?
Yeah.
Where they just go in the straight line.
Just a quarter mile straight
That's
in like
pretty boring.
4 seconds.
Dude, that's pretty boring.
Most of Funny Car is the build-up to just the starting line. They show the body,
right?
The driver's in like a big cage with a big cover. You can't even see them. And it's like... And then it's just like a slow inch, stop. Over. What?
That was it? That's it?
It's like when I used to have to watch, I'd go to these monster truck rallies. My stepdad was doing coke, driving monster trucks. We'd have mud bogging. You ever seen mud bogging?
I've never seen mud bogging
Coming up
before.
next is Willie with Red Steaming Bill. And it's just them
driving around
in a Jeep trying to get through 4 feet of like water and mud.
Can he do it?
And half the time, the rednecks are in the stands like, yeah, he got stuck. And now we got to watch him get towed out of the mud pit.
No, time out. We need a break in the action. Get the tow truck out here.
And that's when they push
Next
the
guy
merch.
starts, yeah.
You want a Bigfoot t-shirt?
Go buy
now
it.
let's go to the